You want an intro video? You want a outro video? Hey, you want these things? Like, yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. $45. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
For an
Like,
additional $9.99.
Yeah, like, oh, you this so pretty, so like diamond in the sky, $45 more. What the get out of here, you sick sons of bitches.
How rich do you think we are, ma'am?
Oh, you so rich? You got two father. You the man with two father. You come over.
To father.
You the big man. I don't know. I got nothing. Fucking A. Fuck it. We should just hit the music, right?
Shit.
All right.
It's the DR show. I mean, the DRWC show. Take off your hats, get on your backs, let's have some fun. DR likes to shine his dome. WC likes to bone. Fuck, buddy, you can have my bone. No, really, leave my bone alone, buddy. Now it's time for the show. You, buddy, the dog. Fuck, Betty, the dog.
Ah, shit. You know what that means? It's time for another DRWC show. The only show where we can go ahead, leave, come back after 19 years, and the streets are still open. As always, I am the white chocolate, having no idea what I'm doing, as joined as always by my lovely, lovely man host, the Don Reynolds. How you doing, Don?
Who has also no idea what he's doing. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, the best, the loveliest. I think I just opened the video game and I didn't mean to.
I see.
Well, I shouldn't do that either. So shit, man, how you been doing? I hear that there's a lot of things going around the country this week.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, I guess, like, you know, in the wake of, like, I know we haven't gotten to talk about it because, you know, we're older, we're a little slower, we like to get things on sale.
Uh-huh.
And so we haven't talked about the drop of the like Jeff Uso's files or something, or Jeff Lippman's files. They finally released them and everyone's been talking about them. But no one wants to talk about them because all of a sudden some old lady got kidnapped.
Yeah.
And we're like, who, you know, why is she strategically important? No, she's the mom of some journalist. It's like, oh, is she naturally wealthy? Like, no, she's just the mom of some journalist. Okay, then why do we care? Because we don't. And on that note, fuck that, because we got something better to talk about today. We've got another Donversation with the Don Reynolds. In fact, let's go ahead and bring on our I want you to hype him up while I go ahead and find him.
Yes, sir. It is time for another Donversation. Here at the RWC show, we have returning guest. He is the founder of the Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Please give a big warm welcome for Josh, the Big Dog Allen. Josh, come your way. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, Don. Good to be on there again with you fellas. I was approached by John again on Instagram. I think it was a couple of days ago. He said, "Hey, the boys want you on there again." I'm like, "Well, all right, I'll do it again. Sure, we'll do this again." And
sure, why not? So hopefully he wasn't overly aggressive when he was approaching you there. So I'm just saying.
And he said, "Hey, man, they want you on there again." I'm like, "All right, I'll do it." All right.
Yes, sir. As always, it's a pleasure over here on this side of the table there. So, but you know, the last time we talked about the nostalgia effect, the old school days of the Painmaker, and then lo and behold, from what I saw, about a week or two later at Redemption, I believe, here comes, hey, who needs a tag team partner? Ledger Shade against Atomic Titan and his tag team partner, Holloway, I believe. And who shows up? None other than the Painmaker. So,
yep.
First of all, you motherfucker. Let me tell you what.
Oh man, here we go.
We kind of had some sort of inkling or whatever. We weren't 100% sure, but I mean, when the big dog Josh Allen went down, in terms of like fighting for the company and whatnot, we're like, okay, who could be somewhat of a who could be an asset. Who knows Ledger Shea better than the Painmaker? So, kind of tell me a little bit about that in terms of how that was issued.
Okay. So speaking, hey, the boys are here. Hey, bring it up real quick. The boys are in the house. My company's in the house. Holy crap! Hey, what's up? Um, so but yeah, going back to that redemption tag match, it was little side note. When that came out, Ledger sent me a message on the sideline. He's like, people didn't think it was going to be him. I'm like, huh? I mean, you would think that. I mean, the history, right? I mean, you put two and two together. I mean, what's Ledger say without the special confidant, and we kind of built this up. Well, it goes back to season finale 8 when I faced Titan at that time. For the position, the same match type we saw at season 9 between those two. We'll get to that a little bit later. But this storyline was pitched of Titan really pushing the buttons of me and everything, and I finally accepted the match, had the match, and lost the general manager position. And then after that, it was like I know a lot of the fans wasn't too happy about it. I received a lot of messages that they were not really thrilled that Titan was going to get the position and everything. And but I mean, it was a good story for what it was. And then we go to season 9, which is now finally wrapped up. Season 9, I return at Redemption. Redemption, but previously before that, managing Andrew Clay, who is now with Titan Corporation, he was working with Titan, and but to make it short, I'm trying to make it short, sweet, but I did this match against Chaotic at the time before Vendetta, because at Vendetta, the ones that I've seen was that ladder match between Ledger Shea and Chaotic. And but before that, to get and to kind of take a stab at Ledger Shea, I got it was kind of a genius move to put me in a match against Chaotic. I mean, like I said, that's the guy that worked with Ledger Shade for that long run of the Anarchy Kingdom, and they did the job. I got literally, it was an unfair advantage because Titan was the special referee against his, at the time his meal ticket, Chaotic time. And then it goes to that. They did their, but anyway, back to Redemption. That Ledger was like, "Hey, how about this? I got an idea." And I'm like, "All right, what is it?" And then he said, "How would you feel about, returning back with me?" And I said, "Well, it only makes sense. I mean, because we never really, where he left the company and I, no longer don the pain anymore, and et cetera, et cetera." I mean, it only made perfect sense. I mean, because people, I can't tell you how many people loved that duo. Like, and no disrespect to any other, no disrespect to Johnny J and Flair or Steen and Cole. Me and Ledger, we ran the muck alongside with Johnny J and Flair. Those two guys, what a duo they were. Working together. It was kind of like, with those two guys working with them. And of course, here comes Charlie Seen, who was a referee. Paired in with Kolsch. What a pair they are now. But this Redemption angle, he said, "How would you feel about tagging up?" I said, "Well, I ain't done a match since that the last match I ever had on a TBW program was that Rampage match, that 1-on-1, that squash." And he said, "Well, we'll just see how it'll be." So we thank you for that. It was a great event. I appreciate that very much. But he said, But we planted the seed of this tag match, and originally it was gonna be Titan and Clay versus Painmaker and Shade. But and at the time, Chorus Titan with his group yet again stacking the deck against Ledger with you had Holloway as the referee, special guest referee. Charlie Cene on the outside, Jacob Young on the outside, and also you got Jay Coles, who is now the world's heavyweight champion, as your tag partner. And of course, they all thought Ledger didn't have anybody. Well, joke's on you. That's when the whole rebirth, rebirth, reemergence, the reuniting, however you want to word it, came to be. And before the match, I'm sitting over there, getting painted up, doing my usual thing, getting painted up, getting ready, and I was. I'd tell you the nerves were very nerve wracking. One of the guys' ladies, I think girlfriend or wife, one of the two, she said, are you nervous? I'm like, maybe a little bit. And then like she said, you're shaking. I look down at my hands, and my hands are just like this nervous trembling. Like, and I've never got that nervous ever because it's a big, it's a big, reunion. You know what I mean? It's a big, return. Not only for me to be back in the ring again, but it's also, I'm returning with Ledger and donning that paint again. I mean, with the last time I worked with him was Summer Bash of 2023 against Ronnie Brady of Resurrection Wrestling. And that was it. And it was we haven't done that in 2 years. And they do their entrance, they're all out there, they're all smug and all that shit. And then Ledger Shade makes his, and he, before that, right before he introduces me, he's like, he cuts his little promo there and all that thing, and then all of a sudden here comes yours truly, and all hell broke loose, and I think everybody, really enjoyed that. I mean, looking back, we, did the best we could do. I think it was a good story, and the story, I think the story definitely, we told a good story. I mean, I never thought, this is the truth. I never thought I would actually don the paint again. Like, like how can you make it make sense? How can I don that moniker, that gimmick again? And like, because he wasn't there at the time. Like, how can I, how can you do something without, the one that's, you've worked with, roll with, all stuff like that. I mean, so I decided not to do the paint no more. But then the redemption match came about, and I put that paint on one more time, and it's like I never stopped, and I never quit being the character. It just came all back, the laugh, the mannerism, just boom,
Well, I think you were right too. It's like I think the alignments were right, the setting was right, and I think
oh yeah,
the reign of TBW in a storyline position was that 90% of the roster technically was a side with Atomic Titan, and here comes Ledger Shade. Hey, he's good on his own, but he needs a little bit of help. Who would be the perfect fit? And
right.
and I guess the best question is, how many friends does Ledger Shade have? I mean, he's
True.
And the only one that's true on that one is the paint.
Right.
So when we saw,
Exactly.
like you said, like playing the seed, and I can agree more, because we kind of had a feeling on our end in terms of like, okay, so when we saw you go down, and again, to me, in my opinion, it's an 80s 90s storyline in terms of like, this guy's going down, this other guy needs a partner. They plan the seeds in terms of like backstage segments and whatnot.
Right.
What would be better? Kind of like a Cactus Jack type of turnabout. So.
Oh yeah.
So, but no, that was
Right.
that was a really good pop. And I I get it when it comes to the nerves. Like you said, you haven't been that character in like 3 years and coming back and whatnot. And plus, like, that's the first time in quite a while you got into the ring. So all that kind of, bottles up and brings in. And obviously, you want to do well in the ring and whatnot. So maybe that was kind of
Oh,
a thing too.
yeah. That definitely is crossing the line because I mean you don't want to mess up. You don't want to just slip on the banana peel because it's like a big match. It was in my no disrespect to anybody else in that card, but to me that was the biggest match of the night because we were wanting to will this group be put down by Legislate and his partner.
Mhm.
And the whole night, everybody's wondering, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And then we finally get to that. And I think that was honestly, not to toot my own horn, but I think that was the most, talked about match of the night, in my opinion. And like I said, I'm not, blowing smoke, but it just, because I mean, the alignments were there.
Right.
Who was going to be the partner? Can't let your shade find anybody. It's tight and incorporated going to go down tonight. Of course. Well, thanks to KJ Holloway's officiating, it didn't go the way that me and Ledger had seen going. Thanks to KJ Holloway.
Well, in the storyline point of view, it's kind of hard to overcome, especially if the ref is a heel siding that. I mean, you would have to like literally
right.
like kill him and then like pin him manually. So we may have been waiting on that one, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, you're
right.
But and plus, if four longs the storyline in terms of like, hey, made a good impression, here we go. So and we're fat.
That's a good thing. Yeah, like you said, it prolongs the story. It gives us more things to do. Yeah, for real. It gives us, that, and that, of course, that led to season 9. That led to, finally, them having that one-on-one contest, and
yep, and it was technically building up a year.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised. Well, I wasn't really surprised, so to speak. I figured it would have been like Painmaker redemption sort of thing for the big dog against Tommy Kite.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of that's what the story we kind of told. Ledger. Just honestly, Titan costing Ledger the world title against Flair anniversary of that season, and not only was Ledger looking for revenge, but I was as well, and. Of course, we didn't get it due to KJ Holloway. Because like you said, we was outnumbered for sure. I mean, you had like 4 guys out there against 2, and the referee, who is literally the law and order of the match, when he's in the side of the side of the back pocket of some people like Titan Incorporated, and it's kind of it ain't going to become the way you kind of want it to be because he is listening to the guy that is over the company at the time. But I think it played out well. It led to their one-on-one match season on number 9. But before that, I mean, we had to build up to that, which that led to taking it first. Our hit list, if you want to say, us taking out taking out his members. That first that began with the trial of KJ, which that was.
You can't call that a trial, sir. That was an unbiased fucking bullshit, man. Holloway did not have a prayer when it comes to that trial, sir, and
that was the reason behind it because he on 185, we did the the trial, and honestly, he fucked us over, so you got to pay the price for it. And I mean, we decided to do this court angle, and that the court angle was, again, Ledger Shade. We had a conversation. He's like, man, he said, what? How about we do? He said, well, what about this? I said, what? He said, all right, what is it? He said, you ever thought about what? How about we did like a court wrestling court kind of thing? And I'm like, okay, that's never been done before. Never had that. That's the first. And then originally, the original plan, little behind the scenes here, Jacob Young was gonna be the referee.
Okay.
We had this plan of or because Jake at that time Young was like he was in the group, but he wasn't a heel. He was a babyface in a heel group, and we was going to have Titan, kind of pressure him into, doing the same type of finish that KJ did, but with that idea, it was, Titan, of course, he's over the company, thus he's over the men in his stable, and but anyway, even though, of course, Jacob, he had some health issues come up, and we had to think of a backup plan. Of course, in comes KJ, and we asked him. We said, "Hey, would you want to do this angle?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he became the referee. He did his bullshit, and had to pay the price for it. I mean, it was either you had, and he did that night because we did, it came out to Ledger versus KJ Holloway in the match, and then of course KJ ate the blackout, and
I like how he dressed up to court.
oh yeah,
and like he's like, I'm, you know what, this is court. Even though I don't have a prayer, I'm going to dress up to court and be my own defendant. And he's like sitting up there like you can't handle the truth and all that shit. And just like, it was.
He's God. And we're because the way we had it planned, okay, because he's going to go in this fucking thing without a freaking lawyer. But, we had it planned to like, to trap him. It was a trap, obviously.
Right.
But of course, him being a dunce, and he didn't know it. So, and of course, toward the end, Clay and Titan come out to save KJ. Of course, we didn't get the revenge then, but later we did. We had that match. Had the match. KJ ate the blackout. KJ's off the list. Then it led to Clay taking out Clay, which Titan wanted because we, took possession of the Making Iron Cup, as collateral because Titan, did we done to Ledger with the world title, so we took that for collateral. Then of course he wanted to get it back, and he sends in Clay to get it back. Well, Clay, sending a line to the Lions Den. He comes in, he eats a blackout, and he's, after that, boom, and Clay's out. So now it's really setting in for Titan that now his goose is going to be friggin' cooked because now he's got nobody with him now. It's you got to do it on your own, and which that led to the contract signing, and then of course we had the idea of the the stipulation. If he lost, he's no longer general manager. But which Titan did, at that, behind the scenes he knew the idea, things of that nature. And of course when it, and he sold it good. Reaction was good when I said, it's if you lose, you're no longer the GM, and see you at season finale, and it was good. It was good.
I think,
and then
I think you and I talked about this. Atomic Titan is a way better heel. Like he plays, when he first became general manager, when he had that suit at first, and he like had he kept cuffing his hands in there. I'm like, this is the perfect and it's respectable. This is the perfect douchebag that should be a GM because he's doing douchebag things, which I really like. And he's hiding.
He's hiding behind his group.
Yes.
He's not. He's hiding behind his group.
Yes.
He's not. paying the price because this was all his fault.
Yes.
And but in the end, he paid the price, and well, we'll get to that here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, and I've told him that before. I said, dude, you cannot be a baby face. It doesn't work.
Never.
I know you've tried it. I'll give him credit. He's tried to be a baby face, but I'm like, you just have that slappable freaking face. People just want to just go up and just slap the piss out of you. You know, I'm like,
right.
And he's like,
yeah. And I've always called him the Rodney Dangerfield, like of wrestling, like get no respect and all that.
I get no respect. Let me tell you, I get no respect. Yeah.
You need to respect me and have no respect from anybody and all that stuff.
And here's the funny thing about that. We're bringing up Dangerfield. I mean, hold on, little sidetrack. Like, but when I first started, like my brother, when we first started doing the wrestling, he couldn't think of a name. And I freaking named him Andrew Clay, and I freaking forgot about Andrew Dice Clay, who was like literally discovered by freaking Rodney. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, that just dawned on me. I'm telling him the other day, he's like, hey man, he's like, yeah. I said, you know your name after a comedian, right? He's like, no. I'm like, look him up. Just look him up. And I totally forgot about that. Like I was like, because it was funny, but anyway, like I think, yeah, Titan. He's like, he's like, there's a little bit of MJF in him, a little bit. There's a little bit of different heels that's in him, I can, he resonates with. Yeah, he does a great job being a heel. Like you want to legit hate this dude.
Yes, and he plays the good part of a chicken shit heel when he wants to. When
right.
It's needed. He plays the good part of a great heel. Yeah, a good performer when it comes to heel base. Now, I was not talking in a negative when I say like babyface, but seeing the reels, comparing the two, there is no compare. It's completely lopsided. He is slated to become.
Oh yeah,
bar none. And
I mean, he's tried like, I think maybe on 2 different occasions, maybe 3, to be a baby face, and I'm like, dude, it just don't work for you. Because I have that wrestling mindset. I can tell when something works, and I can tell when it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I told him, I'm like, dude, you're forever a heel. And I was explaining to him, like, because the way you carry yourself on the camera, you just come off as this friggin' douche.
And he plays it well. He
plays it well. I mean, he's not. I mean, in real. I mean, he's got. I mean, there's the guy behind,
right?
Who's not. I mean, it's crazy to think. I mean, and that's what goes in wrestling. Some of the heels in wrestling, they can be some of the biggest douchebags. Well, unless you're MJF, some of the biggest douchebags on camera, but off camera, they're like, the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Well, of course, back in the old days, I mean, back in when wrestling was legitimate and actually kind of mafia-like, you had to be a douchebag because if you were caught, he was caught, being a nice guy, you would have got a pink slip, I mean,
right.
But the wrestling, it's changed a whole lot. But I tell you what, I've really enjoyed what I've been doing ever since I was in high school doing this. I mean, what a tremendous ride we've had. I mean, it's been fabulous. I mean, the amount of love, support, that people have shown us over the years, and it's unbelievable.
And it's got to be surreal too when it comes to
people
watching
very,
around the world, literally, right?
Yeah, it's very surreal because who knew? We just like if you go back, from the different seasons within our company, you can see the growth, you can see the change, because in season 1. I'll be honest, I can't go back and watch the older stuff. It's kind of it's fun to go back and watch, but it's a little bit difficult to view as from a viewer standpoint. Because when I go back and watch it, I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? What were we thinking? For God's sake, it's just because some of the stuff we were doing, I mean, young kids trying to see what would stick, and what ideas would this would work. And now, you know, shout out to Ledger and Flair when those and Matthew Joseph when those guys came in. And I told Flair this person, I said, y'all three definitely helped us out a lot. A lot with structure, how to lay out a show, the editing aspect of it. It was when Gage's crew came in, and I'm not gonna drop in their names, but you know who you are, him and Ledger, and although when they came in, they definitely you know they definitely helped a lot, and I think we definitely got a good thing. We got a good thing going definitely now, and it's been like you said, it's been surreal, to be able to go from literally, I mean, from literally just ground to now to having a legitimate 16 by 16 low apron style ring. It's that again that was surreal, and to be able to get that because for years we did a makeshift ring, right? It was always makeshift, and to be able to to go from a makeshift ring to now a legitimate ring, it was to me it was exciting, and at the same time it was bittersweet because you're taking you're taking away kind of what made you the makeshift rings. We had that for years, different variations, different looks of it, and now you're getting that ring. And but on the plus side of things, you can do a hell of a lot more stuff than you could do in a makeshift, because in a makeshift ring you got to be very very careful because of how you structure it out and fix it up. And well then, but with this, I mean, it's done a great deal of done a favors for us, and a lot of great moments in the new ring. We've had that ever since the last time we worked with Resurrection Wrestling. I believe that that we some of the guys pitched in and bought it, and we debuted that at uh, um I think it might have been. I think it was Vendetta. It had to been Vendetta. I think.
The current ring you're on?
Yeah, the current ring we have now. It might have been Vendetta. I think. Could be wrong, but if I am, I do apologize. But man, it was but yeah, it was great to get that ring. But going back to the whole angle here, and then of course we back to that, and Titan signing the contract, not knowing that he was set up, storyline wise. He signed it thinking, oh, I got this, then of course it was, which led to the match. Um, the night before, I was talking to me and Ledger. We always have these talks, planning what we're gonna do, on the show, and we talked to our guy that does the editing. He does a phenomenal job of piecing the match cards and the thing, all the stuff together. And we have like two different people working on editing the editing process. And so I think Ledger pitched the idea of having like a mob, mob gangster type, like the WrestleMania 22 kind of like vibe, with the city and everything.
Yep.
And then he had the idea of, you want to do like a gangster mob like deal? I said, for an entry, he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So we had to order our stuff and everything, get it here and everything, and I told Ledger, I said, look, man, I said, what do you think? I said, here's an idea. I said, what if we have like a black and white,
Yep.
a black and white, entrance? He said, yeah, that could work too. I said, think about this. It fits with the old school gangster mob, Al Capone type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it just came off so well. And then when Ledger, flipped the hat, bam, hitting the camera, it goes back to color again. It's like, I got one chance this, man. I want to make it. And he tosses, flips the hat, boom, goes back to color. And that was a pretty cool little moment, a little bitty cool effect there we did. And it was a great entrance. I mean, in what a match they had, it was no DQ, anything goes. I could get involved, which I did. I did a few things during that match. And then, of course, leads to Clay running out there and attacking me and literally sacrificing himself for Titan yet again. Of course, he paid for it with a blackout from the apron to the ground, bam. Of course, and there's a lot of great false finishes in that match. Very, very good match that they did, and of course, Titan takes the L. He taps out at the last laugh, and he's no longer GM. So, and of course, I mean, I'm sure you and a lot of other people did see the aftermath. He said it's not over, so I don't think it'll be over between Ledger, myself, and of course Titan Inc. I mean, I don't think it'll be over yet, not by a long shot.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just kind of the beginning, so to speak, even though it's been going on for quite a while. But I think with the Atomic Titan and the Ledger Shade match, I will say this is that I did like. First of all, that's what sucked us into TBW in the first place. Like, good wrestling, obviously, and it's different wrestling because it's kind of an NWA style. Because I think you and I talked about this. When I think of backyard wrestling, I think more or less unorganized presentations, fluorescent light bulbs, a lot of ECW stuff. Which, if it's played out right, fine. But every match, no. So when we saw your stuff, we're like, wow, this is totally different, first of all, and it's organized. Because the first person we saw was Flair, and we're like, okay, here's another imitation Flair. And then we saw like a presentation. I think we got into like season 7, Bad Moon Rising. I think that was season 7. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I apologize in that one. The present, we have always loved the presentation of that. And go ahead, Chuck. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I was saying like how we get sucked in, and I wanted to actually, before I missed it, I wanted to comment on the presentation of you and Ledger coming out like with the fedoras, the pinstripes, the black and white, and even like kind of almost, I think it was almost a remix of his theme. And I was like, like this is fucking gangster. So
right.
I was like, all right, cool. And then that's when I knew that Old Titan had no fucking chance.
He's got a new theme. It's fucking over right now.
Right, yeah. Well, it kind of also when at the contract signing, when he's like, oh, hey, by the way, you didn't read it, dumbass. It's no DQ. And he's like, what? Are you fucking serious? Fuck, I'm going to lose. Ah.
Yep. But that was actually season 8, the Bad and Rising you were talking about. It was season 8, yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, it was. I mean, we, that custom theme. It was kind of, again, Ledger is like, how about we do like a custom theme? And of course, the theme he uses, the egg says "Contagion, look at me." That's been his theme like ever since he became the Ledger character. But he would do like a darker kind of instrumental track, And he found that, and I'm like, and he's like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And I took a listen. I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! That's gonna slap. That's gonna be great." But he said, "I'm gonna put the lyrics in there." I'm like, "Okay." Then he sends it. He did like one different. The first editing he did, it was great, but he didn't get the timing. I think he was trying to get the timing right. But the second one was great. I mean, of course the whole presentation of that entrance was, I think, phenomenal job we did. I think we pulled it off great. We told a good story, and I don't think the story is over yet, like I said a minute ago.
Absolutely. So, well, I mean, and kind of going back in terms of like the first matches. Again, we started watching season 8, and we're like incredibly organized. Redbubble, they have their own merchandising. What is going on with this company? And then we started looking into a little bit more details to the point where we can, we know who the hell Robbie Andrews is. We know who Ledger Shade is. Cooper. We miss Cooper. We haven't seen him in a while. So, the ringleader, and and then we started looking back, and yeah, and again, I think we talked about this last time too. There, Josh, is that it is absolutely night and day to where you started off pretty much kind of in a trampoline, not necessarily a trampoline setting, but just. I mean, you're pretty much resting on the ground to where it's at right now. The thing I do miss about is that I forgot which one the seasons were, but you actually had a TV for the Titantrons, which I thought was
Oh yeah.
so, until
That was
Jerkwad Jade Wild or whatever smashed it.
yeah.
What a jerk! Did he fit the bill, by the way?
Yeah, he was a dick. I don't know why he had to do a dick move. Like, come on, man, it was a good set. Damn it, but it was
Damn
that.
wild.
Oh yeah, we that was we had two of them. We did two of those, but one of them wouldn't work, and we finally had that. That was it might have been season 7, I think.
Okay.
Let me check. I'm trying to. No,
I know
I
it's
take
the
it back.
ones.
I take it back. It was season 8. We did the TV thing.
Okay.
Season 8.
That was
Yeah, I
before
think that was
Bad
the
Moon Rising.
climax of season 8.
Yep.
if I'm
Yeah, that was
recall.
that was
Okay.
during during the beginning of season 8, and we had that idea of doing the little Titantron idea there, and when somebody would control that, we would play the music through the speaker, but we'd have to time it, to get the switch over everybody's Titantrons and things of that nature. But yeah, fuck you, Wall, for doing that shit, you asshole. Anyway,
if you're listening to this, Wild, fuck you, man. I don't give a shit about please don't stalk me, sir. I'm not. I don't want.
Yeah. He lives in Wyoming, somewhere in the flatlands
Get that. Shut the fuck up, Chocolate.
on the north side.
Shut the hell up.
But I'm just joking. But
Yeah.
Wild's he's a good guy. He's really helped a lot with us too. He
Yeah.
came in.
Good wrestler and a talker too. I tell you what,
Oh, yeah.
you got your Johnny J's
yeah.
and your Charlie Scenes and flares and whatnot, but when he was doing the Prophet stuff, the mannerisms, the laughs that he does, and
Oh yeah. He the whole that he got that. There was a y'all might remember this, but there was a he based that off of a there was a guy in real life. He was a caller. He made people drink like he had this whole town. It was
oh yeah,
he
Jones
had
or
this-
whatever.
Jonestown.
Yep, Jones.
he had this I believe he had this whole town to follow him,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
died by drinking the stuff. Oh shit! Jacob Young's in the house.
Oh
shit.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
hey,
Very good. Very good.
Jacob Young is in the house. Holy shit! Holy crap!
Oh shit.
Well,
We have,
goddamn.
Well, I want to see if
Wait, he said, watch out, you about FAFO. All right, wait a minute.
Josh, I think he was talking to you, not me. So
Yeah. Jacob. Jesus Christ, man.
well, that's a
We'll deal with that bald fraud later. All right, we'll deal with him later. We'll deal with him later.
Coke Hogan says, "I don't want none."
Coco.
But no, while in all seriousness, Wild's he's a good guy. I helped a lot of the younger guys, and trying to train them. He actually, I think I might have said this on the last time I was here on the show. He actually had some legitimate, independent training.
We figured as much, and we figured this is a spitball guess, Josh. It was has Gage and Jay have they been like the consummate trainers in TBW or
Yeah,
are they,
yeah.
okay?
They
We figured yes.
Gage and Wild that they literally trained the guys in the ring, and
Okay.
myself, Andrews and Johnny J, we're over the promos. We kind of help guys, get their promos down and things like that. And we got different people helping out with different things, trying to help people with their gimmicks and what have you. And you gotta have that coaching to be able to because to get do like this, and we don't want you to go in there not know what you're doing and you get hurt. But even that's on you. That's not on us. We now. I might have said this on the last show I was on. We got we got waivers made to for anybody that wants to join up, and you have to sign one because if you get hurt, like I said, it's not on us. It's on you. You sign the paper to do the training and wanted to become a superstar. And I welcome anybody that wants to do it. I mean, if you want to, do it. I mean, that's up to you. That's your decision. Like, just hey, give us a message out there. We got it on our Facebook or Instagram and TikTok. Or if anybody out there, Coke Hogan said barbed wire match happening. We actually did have a barbed wire match. It was anniversary with Wild and Chaotic. That was the first ever one.
uh,
Jacob,
Jacob Young is still talking with the
Okay.
audience.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Look, Jacob. I mean,
if you want, you can send him the link. We'll bring him on too.
The smartest thing you ever did was quit tight. That's the smartest thing you ever done. Because if you didn't, you'd end up like the rest of them. Good thing. Good head on your shoulders. But anyway,
I was actually going to ask too. Like, have you received a good amount of communication that folks may be interested in joining TBW as part of the like either wrestler or commentator or even production?
Yeah, I think we got a new guy coming in. I think he's talked to one of the guys. I've not met him yet, but hopefully he might be a good asset to the to the company. Like I think one of the guys talked to him. I think it might have been Wild or somebody, or maybe Titan talked to some. I've not like I didn't met the guy yet, but I think he might be coming in. Like I said, I don't know him yet, but he might be coming in at some point. So yeah, we're getting some new people out there. Want to whether you're in our local area, and even if you're willing to travel. I mean, Aaron Clark, that's been starting to work with us here and there. Excuse me, he's actually from Alabama, so he drives like literally a pretty good mile to get to here to Tennessee where we're at, and he's been doing a good job. I think he's might be coming back soon at some point, possibility.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since his defeat with Manny Cobra. So I didn't know if it was like kind of one of those things. And I know that it probably is a challenge when it comes to not only scheduling but also like dates and times when people can actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always yeah.
So I was kind of curious though when it comes to the backs. Do you do like once every so let's say a new pay per view arrives or you have just a show. Do you do like one show per visit, or do you do like, hey, we're planning on doing like 4 shows and then a pay per view all in one day type of thing?
Well, usually our main goal, what we usually do, we will tape a Rampage for like for that week, and then the next week we'll release it on a weekday. But sometimes, like with people traveling, we with people traveling, sometimes we have to do a pre-tape. What to tape? What like if they let's say if to give you an example, let's say if Clark can't make it the next week, we have to tape something for him to be able to put on the show.
Okay.
So there's sometimes we will do that, but it just depends on, like, if somebody can't make it, and then sometimes, like, sometimes we have to do. There's one time we did like two things in one day. I can't remember what it was. We actually did, and it was a hassle. You're used to, like, there was one time we was very behind, and we were having to do all these tapings in different times and different places. It's hard to put together the stuff. We managed through it, but yeah, to answer the question, man, we usually tape a rampage every week. It just depends. It depends on the weather aspect and who's going to be there and things of that nature. And if one guy can't make it, we have to think of a backup plan. To substitute for that.
Well, the reason why I asked too is because I know with it sounds like there were scheduling changes in season finale 9. Like, for example, I know Chaotic was supposed to be face Robbie Andrews 1-on-1 for the TriStar Championship, and it turned out to be a triple threat. And then I think it was there was another one that was
Cobra versus Wild for the IC in the Puerto Rican street fight.
Yep. So, but I think the impromptu.
Oh my God! Oh Lord!
Do you know? Dude,
boy.
Look, okay. So you even knew, you even know before I'm even gonna say. But the impromptu, this was my favorite match because I'm a stickler for managers. Johnny J against Charlie Scene, and you can tell.
God!
And you can tell.
First off,
yes, please explain.
I was eating sushi when that match just snuck up on me. Okay.
Well, I'm sure you lost your lunch.
Oh yeah.
The beautiful body that Johnny J has is just absolutely astounding.
Jesus. First off, we okay. That whole idea. Okay. It was scheduled to be Jay Wild versus Manny for the IC belt in that street fight.
Oh yeah.
Cobra couldn't make it.
Couldn't
make it, so that match had to be scrapped. And Gage Flair had the idea of having Johnny J versus Charlie Scene. And I had no friggin' idea because I'm literally controlling. I'm sitting at a table controlling the music, right? And then Johnny J comes up and says, "Hey, I need a certain theme," and I'm like, "The hell?" And I'm like, because I was thinking it was for a distraction, right? For like the Flair and the Colts match. But he said, "I need this song," and I'm like, okay, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was gonna be for the like a distraction or some shit. And lo and behold, the next thing I see, here comes Charlie Scene walking out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's in the ring, and I'm like, and then they tell me to play Johnny J's theme, and oh my God, here comes the Backstreet Boys. Why? I don't know. I cannot speak for Johnny J. I don't know why I'm the Sam Hill he wanted to choose this. But he walked out to it, strutting his groove thing.
Yeah, I don't know if
Lord
he
have
walked
mercy.
Out, per se. I think he did do a lot of strutting, sir.
Yeah.
Why was he moist?
Yeah.
He was very, very moist.
Dude, that man went to the bathroom and then put his shit on and then just
he was either one or two things. Well, it could have been three, but I hope it wasn't one I'm thinking, but it was either sweat or piss, one of the two, but I mean,
oh wow.
Sir, we know the latter. I don't want to
Yeah.
speak for
Definitely
Johnny
an
J, but
afternoon delight, sir.
yeah, I'm thinking that once. I'm not trying to look at it, by the way, but it's hard to when there's just a puddle of something. But this man
Eddie,
is so fucking hilarious. Everything he fucking
yeah,
does.
I mean, like legit, like
Dude.
when he came in, man, like when he came in working with Daniel Cole, like when they brought him in, and he gets in there, he starts doing his shit, and I'm like, where the hell has this guy been all my life? This guy's cut just like he's been doing it for 10 or 20 freaking years,
Yes.
and he's
Yeah.
great. That's
He's
why.
fucking
That's
cool.
that's why I dubbed him the manager of champions, because every person he has managed, he's led them to success. I mean, working with Daniel Cole. Daniel Cole became a world champion. Russell became a United States champion. Then Gage Flair, working with Flair. What happened to Flair? He became an IC champion, and he became a world champion. And that's why I've called Johnny J the manager of champions. To me, Johnny J is like he's like Paul Heyman, J.J. Dillon, maybe a little bit of Paul Ellering mixed in there.
Colonel
Cornette. Oh, yeah, Robert Fuller, Colonel Parker, and WCW.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like, and those two got in there, and
Had a hell of a barn burner.
I mean, these guys literally, it was off the cuff, off the rail, no training, nothing. They got in there, as it was entertaining to watch. I mean, hell, I couldn't. The match it was done, right? Johnny J went with one of the most unforgettable Richter scales, stomach and all, crack and all, and it's just like I'm over here laughing my ass off. I was laughing so hard, and this is the truth. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even play his music. But sometimes, and the funny thing is, sometimes, it was it was a spur of the moment kind of thing, and it worked. And sometimes matches like that, yeah, they might be a little bit goofy, but it kind of got over.
It it went completely over. First of all,
Yeah,
like
it did. Like, yeah,
they wrestled like managers, very inexperienced, didn't know
it it
what they're
it
doing.
it reminded me of Paulie and Cornette the tuxedo match.
Yes, actually, it did.
Legitimate,
Yeah.
Yes,
Even a
like
weasel
legit.
suit.
and the ring psychology that Johnny J has, like you go for a two, he knows exactly where the ring is. Which again, it's an old '80s '90s type of mentality. Like two, you don't kick. He didn't kick out. He put his hands on the ropes. He reached out for it, and then there was another option where he put his foot on the rope. I mean, you don't necessarily see that every day, but yeah, they wrestled like managers. They were still cocky, like Charlie Sheen after doing a so-called whatever did his strut and he got like so-called clothesline. It was just a very incredibly entertaining match. And when I saw them, like, wow. Again, the pay-per-view was very good. But that match to me was a personal favorite because again, I'm a stickler for comedy and that's why I liked about wrestling because with me with wrestling's a big soap opera. It's and it's supposed to tell a story from start to finish, and you will get those little cliff notes. But the things that drew me in the most was gimmicks and managers, and these guys they knew exactly how to perform. And again, they're not bumping like actual rest; they're bumping like what managers and normal people are supposed to bump, not bump. So it was very very entertaining in my opinion. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah,
I'm so happy that they did that match and that
yeah.
season finale that was great, really good.
Yeah, because honestly, it was kind of a. If you think about it, it was kind of a long time coming because these two guys have been embroiled in a feud between Flair and J. Cole's, and they have that match, and it was like I said, it might have been some people think it might have been kind of goofy, and some people might have enjoyed it. I mean, it was I mean, but it worked. It worked. It got over because And and the funny thing is, we've never did a manager type match in that kind of like setting, and that was the first ever, in my opinion, the first ever manager versus manager match, and it just it just worked. It worked. Johnny J got the W. I mean, I feel bad for. I feel bad for Charlie Scene and probably everybody else's eyes at the end of the match. But anyway,
because he had to take 8 showers after that.
Because he was moist.
I can't speak on Johnny J's behalf, man, or Charlie's behalf. I can just speak on what I had to endure, and Lord help me, that was what a sight that was. But I tell you one thing about Johnny J, he's a dedicated guy. He doesn't give a shit. It makes him, he goes to make it sort of like an ass, and he does it for the entertainment. He loves it, and I think a lot of people love that because he's a very good guy, down to earth guy, and he just goes out there and does his thing as Johnny J, and it's and he's been a great managerial figure in the land of TBW by far, and as a fan, watching it as a fan, one of my favorites to watch as a manager. You know, he's great. I mean, like I said, everybody he's worked with, he's led them to a championship. You know, and
well, I have to assume too that the attitude is pretty contagious. Like there's a guy that will do pretty much anything for entertainment, and when you see someone like that, you know you're gonna have a good time. So he's gonna make someone smile out there. And man, I heard like when he did that splash when he like pretty much ripped all of his clothes off and like his fucking I don't know what to say. The singlet was so funny. I could just why even bother wearing anything because you could see everything. But when he did that splash, man, I can hear people laughing and having a great time in the background, and that's what it's all about. That's what made it exactly.
I mean, you know, you got to enjoy what you do, and like I said, I mean, yeah, it might have been a little bit corny, a little bit hokey, you know, doing that, but I mean, you know, it was an idea that, you know, gauge pitch because some people might have been corny or hokey, but honestly, I think it was kind of a fun little thing to do. And plus, you know, it kind of saved the event way because I mean, even if we didn't have that match, you know, on there, I think it would have been a good event. But honestly, I think that match was, I mean, for what it was entertaining as hell. I mean, they, you know, went out there, I mean, and did what they could do. And like I said, Johnny J is over. Charlie Scene, he's over. Yep. But I mean, they went out there and they did what they could do, did the best of their abilities, and I think everybody, you know, walked away happy with it. I mean, it was, you know, well, I mean, I think everybody got a, you know, it was a, because I mean, keep them, you know, because Charlie Scene is that heel snobby manager, and of course, Johnny J, I mean, you wouldn't think, you know, due to his size or ability, he might not be able to do it or able to do it. He shuts up, you know, Charlie Scene. I mean, you know, and like I said, both of those guys play their characters to the heel, and they're great. They're very, very great, you know, managers and everything. But we you know, when Charlie came onto the scene, he started out as a referee.
Yep.
We had him, you know, to get the lay of the land per se in the ring and let what all goes. And he had that. He's like, "Hey, I want to be a manager." And we're like, "Okay, all right." Then he came up with the whole Charlie Scene persona. He's been doing that ever since, and it's worked. It's worked for him and worked for Jay Coles. And look where Coles is at now. Coles is now the world heavyweight champion. And
I think it was a good. I think it was a good idea to put Scene with Kolsch because I think as Jay Kolsch continues to grow, Scene fills up that void when it comes to promos, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I think Kolsch is the kind of guy that does his talking in the ring, so to speak. But when it comes to the to the outside promos and whatnot, I think Cena is a good yin to the yang, so to speak, with Cole.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, and Cole's. I mean, yeah, he's a young upcoming star, and he has his moments. But I think with him being able to feed off Charlie, because they can bounce off each other, like a pinball, with their promos, and I think in the long run, I think Charlie will definitely be an asset to J. Cole, and he already is. But I think Johnny J would definitely be a great asset to getting Cole's third where he needs to be as a heel champion. I mean, Cole's did the that whole angle they did with the student surpassing the mentor losing to the student passing the teacher per se. That definitely was a great angle they done.
Oh yeah, with and it was kind of a very sad moment when Cole beat Flair. And I'm sorry to spoil for folks who haven't seen it. I think you should see it anyway.
Right.
But I think it's like you said, passing the torch. Maybe not necessarily a means to an end, so to speak, but maybe closing a chapter and opening up. Because I think with Flair losing to Cole, first of all, Cole has finally beat the mentor, so to speak, after several attempts. Even though he may beat him in like several matches, it really wasn't a one-on-one because I think Cole beat him in like triple threat matches, stuff like that, fuck finishes, if I'm not mistaken. He really didn't beat Flair one-on-one per se. And
right,
that's probably the highlight of Cole's upcoming career, so to speak. Obviously, being a heavyweight champion, now he's got big shoes to fill. And where we go from here.
No questions. He got a lot of shoes to fill, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's a tough. That's what drew me into TBW because we saw here's another Ric Flair wannabe, et cetera, and then we started watching Gage, and we're like, this is a very talented individual, very talented in the ring, does all the Flair mannerisms, which I think we all enjoy, the flops and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So it was, is it bold to say that he was the glue that held TBW together? And I'm sure he did a lot on the maybe in the back end type of thing. So, but yeah, it was kind of a sad, Johnny J in the last strut, so to speak. So I wish him well. And
oh yeah.
Who knows down the road? Obviously, this is going to open a different chapter, and sounds like there's a lot of big things happening for season 10. That
Oh yeah, for
different
sure.
sides,
For sure.
like you said, different side quests. So I'll be looking forward to that. Obviously, you can't give a whole lot away, which I don't expect you to, but what's next for TBW? Sounds like you may be getting a little bit more of a roster.
Yep.
And maybe kind of going from there.
Yeah, I mean this season. I mean 10 seasons, man. It's crazy. We're actually we're getting ready to do that this coming weekend. This is the first ever taping of season 10. So look out for the next Rampage, folks. I mean, we got some good stuff planned up. Like I said, I'm not going to give it away because I mean, why spoil it? I mean, that's cheating the people. I don't want to do that to anybody. But we got a great season coming up. I mean, it's going to be because we new champion, no authority figure. I expect some chaos. I ain't gonna lie, but because we ain't got no more general manager, no more dictator, no more Titans bullshit. But anyway,
tell me how you really feel, Josh.
Boy, I tell you, but anyway, so but yeah, Titan. I mean, Titan. And he's like I said, a great friggin' heel he is. I mean, and people, and he's got his fans. I mean, and that's a good thing because I mean, people, there's the heels. I mean, yeah, you can be a heel and be hated, but at the same time, some of the heels have their fans too. and that's a good thing because it gets people interested and about the product because they they want to see. And a lot of people wanted to see Ledger finally get his hands on finally get his hands on Titan, and he done just that. So I mean, so now Titan Inc. is no more, and now we can finally. But I don't think it'll be over.
No, I think I can speak for everyone when I say, best is always yet to come. Always little surprises and whatnot.
For
which makes
sure,
TBW
for
great.
sure,
So
for sure. Oh, for fuck's sake! Speak of the devil, there he is.
that
This
son of a
freaking-
bitch, the Rodney Dangerfield of TBW is back. Sir, you had a great match with Ledger Shade, but how does it feel?
Oh, wait a minute! Are you got to be a Ross now and start kissing ass? Oh God!
You didn't allow me to do the butt. You fucked up my moment, Josh.
Yes,
As you had, Mr. Titan.
Wait,
Let me dust
you're
it off for you.
hold on,
You're the
hold on,
greatest,
wait.
Mr. Titan. Love me,
It's-
Mr.
hold on,
Titan.
Definitely not over. See you soon.
You heard it here, folks, first.
Do we have to get this guy on?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
Do y'all really want to get him on? I mean,
Yes.
I mean,
I am. Yes.
Send him
You have the keys to the studio, sir.
Yes, send him the
100.
link
Wait, what the?
Oh, hold up. Wait up. Hold up.
$1,000 and I'll come on. You
You mean
fucking
what?
greedy prick. I'll give you $2,000.
You know what? He says, wait, hold on. He says, so give me whatever pay you're giving Josh. Excellent. And you know what? For you, Titan, because I'm such a big fan, I'll double what I'm giving Josh.
Wow. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Get out of here, Josh.
Oh,
This is the
God.
new era.
I see your double, and I will raise you a triple, my friend. I mean,
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
just saying, Josh, not to put you on the wayside,
Yeah.
man, but, we got, Atomic Titan possibly calling in. Who knows?
Hold on. Let me see if I can send him the stuff here. Let me see what I can do.
Look at this.
Oh boy.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Hold on.
You're the greatest, Mr. Titan. I love you,
Oh,
Mr. Titan.
Oh
Love
please.
me, Titan.
Love me, Titan.
All right, hold on. All right.
You're
Let me
good, yeah.
let me see if I can.
You're good, homie. You're good.
Send
I don't know what I'm
him-
doing with my controls, though. Oh, fucking A. Oh, Agent K
Nope.
sent them a link, so whatever fucking there you go.
Yeah. Let's see if he'll. Because I kind of got a score settled with his ass. I mean, he.
Yeah, I know. It's
He man,
pretty-
for real. I mean.
Jeez.
And I come on and it's promoting our content. You got to come on and be a douchebag, really, man. Seriously?
Sir, that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you feel losing power and losing respect like Mr. Atomic Titan has? I mean, I don't understand.
Like he had any respect to begin with. I mean, look, the old cliche, man. If you want respect, you got to earn it. I mean, we've all heard that, right?
You're goddamn right, man. It holds a candle.
Tell me one thing that Titan has done respectfully. Name one.
Hold on. Let me plan this out here real quick.
God.
No, okay, I will. Okay, so Josh, he's done and then he did that one thing that wait, what about the one time where he So anyways, this Atomic Titan coming
exactly what I was. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, name one thing that he's done respectfully. You can't, because the name Atomic Titan respect, it's not in the same dictionary. You know what I'm saying? Like
Atomic Titan, you better stop fucking texting, man, and come on. I'm just saying. It sounds like Mr. Allen's got a bone to pick with you, and this is probably the time before. This is the pre-season 10. So I'm just saying, you only have a certain amount. We're willing to triple the amount that we're paying Mr. Allen, but you got to
Yeah,
show
like
up
you
pretty soon.
like really, you want to come on here and talk your shit, and not come on there and say it to my face.
I mean,
Even though I ain't got a camera set up yet. I know I ain't got that yet, but who cares? At least you can still hear me. So legit, I'm serious. Like, literally, you want to come on here, and I'm on here as a promoting aspect. You want to come on here, you're salted because you got your ass whipped. You lost your job. So now you know how it feels to be walking in my shoes, you little piece of shit. Now you know how I felt at season 8 when you done what you did.
Get him.
You think I ain't got about that shot you did with a ring to my freaking scalp?
Get him.
So I say I got my revenge, but you want to say it ain't over. It's not over. It will be over at some point.
Oh, man.
At some point, because I am.
See, look, personally, I don't think he has the balls to come on there, Josh. I mean, he's just texting up a storm right now, and he's just talking shit about Ledger. He's not even talking shit about you, Josh. He's talking shit about Ledger. Atomic, we have an open mic for you, my friend. And if you would like to, meet your maker, so to speak, I would suggest talking one-on-one. All I hear is bullshit. I tell you what.
No. The bull here. No, you call it bullshit. I call it truth. And the truth is that you lost to my Anarchy King. Okay, you lost. You tapped out to the last laugh. You didn't look. When I said we saved the best for last, what do you think I meant? You think I was talking about one of your goof troop? No, I was talking about you, twerp. You've had this coming. When, like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm not moaning. I ain't bitching. Now you know how it feels when now you're in my shoes. You lost your job. You're probably going to be peddling pennies. Scratch that. They don't make them anymore. You're probably going to be peddling nickels. We'll work for food.
Oh, shit.
And one thing else, that Brokeback Mountain buffoon, that brother of mine, I thought I knew you better than that. You really want to help out that little twerp after the way he treated you? I mean, did he give you a phone call? A phone call before that happened? Huh? But hey, thank God it wasn't KJ Holloway, that pineapple twerp.
Oh, well, calm down, Josh.
In what way? In what freaking way? If it wasn't for me, here's the truth, twerp. If it wasn't for me, there would be no Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, and there would sure as hell be no Atomic Titan like you. For that matter, there would be no Clay either. You turned him into a mindless zombie, an ogre, a brute, working along with you. Why? Because you couldn't get the job done by yourself. So that's why you had to have Clay. You had to have Holloway. You had to have everybody else join up with you. Because you couldn't get the job done like a man by yourself. So you had to enlist in a bunch of goon squad, as Mr. Ledger would say, a goon squad to enlist. But we took out all of your people. And Jacob Young was the smartest one of the bunch. He knew when the getting was good, so he got out. He saved himself from a last laugh or a blackout. So now you and Clay can go somewhere else and leave me the hell alone. But I don't think it'll be over, twerp, because you're still walking. You're still standing. You went to that car of yours that you probably rent. You were so pissed you left the arena. You were ashamed. For once in your life, you was ashamed. Why? Because you finally paid the piper. Everybody pays the piper at some point in time, and you did just that. So now you're out of a job. You might, heck, you're probably so ashamed you probably won't even be at the premiere. And these guys have cordially invited you to this show to talk to me. You want to sit there in the comments and run your mouth and talk your trash. Anybody can do that, but I'm here. I'm live. We've been doing this for an hour, right? It's about an hour, a good hour and so.
Mhm.
The choice is yours, Titan. Do you want to come on here? Do you want to say what you got to say, or just keep hiding in the comments?
Oh, well, Josh,
I don't think he's coming
no,
on.
he
I
no,
don't think he
he's
hasn't got the grapes.
no, he sounds like to me that this Atomic Titan is a keyboard warrior, sir. It sounds like to me he doesn't have the cojones to do anything face to face without his cronies there. So I'll tell you what. I mean, it's been open for a good 5-10 minutes now. I have to assume that he's just a big bitch, if I may be so bold, and he will not come on. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to hear that, Josh. Man,
No, I mean I'm sorry for you guys. Have to hear that. Him with his ridiculous plans. I mean, you guys invited him to come on. He won't do it. I mean,
oh no, we're
like I said. Now you're in my shoes, Titan. Now you know how it felt at CZLA when you took my spot away when I was. Now you know how it feels. It sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. But he doesn't want to come on here. We got any more questions, fellas?
what's that? You know what? I don't. I just the only comment I had was.
Can
sound like
you say
Carmen.
delicioso?
I don't think that's a very good question.
Wow.
No, but all's I don't have anything. Honestly, Chuck, I don't know if you want to have any questions or anything
you
like
guys
that.
have caught me all up to speed. I just want to say, like, again, big ups to the step in production value, especially like with the entrances, with you and Ledger. I know I'm supposed to not
Appreciate
compliment him, but that no, and we'll say like that, and even like the last couple of pay-per-views where it's like, the vignettes and stuff and shit. It's like, yo, this got me like really fucking pumped. Like if I haven't caught,
Yeah.
like, the episodes before,
Speaking of the vignettes,
yeah, they've been really good.
the promo package for, I mean, all the promo packages was great, but the one with the no DQ match with the talk about like a Godfather mob type feel of that. That was the mood we were setting. We're out to do our job, and it is to save TBW and all the boys in the bag from Titan's little dictatorship, little monarchy type thing, and we did just that. Will there ever be a cage match? Good question. Honestly, we at one time we had that into fruition. We did. It was going to happen, but and the cage was going to be supplied by us, from at the time when we worked with Resurrection Wrestling, but plans fell through, but we never got to have the cage match. Would we ever have one in the future? I would like to see one. If we could be able to get the steel out that an actual cage, I would love to do one before. We never had one before. At that, like I said, we was that was going to be during the Anarchy era. Believe it or not, we was going to have this big cage match, and it just the plans fell through. But yeah, we would there be a cage match at some point? I would like to see one. Could it happen? Never say never. Hunter Cole, he said tag titles up there, I believe. We had tag titles before. If anybody remembers Mac and his brother and
Yeah.
those in that season 5, I do believe 5 or 6. That's when we had the tag belts. We don't have those anymore because due to the how kind of short the roster is. But honestly, could there be some tag belts again if we get a big enough roster? Definitely, we could definitely bring those back. Maybe in the near future. Never say never. I'm not. You never know. Um, but yeah, I mean, we Ohio said like Gooey Troop. Yeah, that's me and Ledger always got these nicknames for everybody. We always and it's off the when we go out there. Somebody asked me, "Do you ever think about what you do?" I'm like, "No, it's off the cuff. It's off the top of my head. I improv, and sometimes improving is literally the best. You know, improving is literally one of the best ways to be able to get for it to work. I mean, you can go out there and have a promo. You can type it down or write it down or whatever, what have you. It'll work. But I think honestly, some of the best workers they would go out there and ad lib.
Yeah. I mean,
They would.
and it's more genuine that way too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's not cookie cutter stuff. It's not like you could tell if someone's reading a promo, like and not like doing certain cadences and whatnot, like counting the 3 and then reading the next paragraph sort of thing. Have seen wrestlers that have wrote this shit on their fucking hands and have been spotted. That's terrible. But no, you're absolutely right. I mean, off the cuff stuff is probably the best stuff. It's probably the most memorable stuff because it's just shooting from the hip. Hey, how's the crowd feeling? How am I feeling? How's the storyline going? So, just like the army, nothing ever goes according to plan, so to speak. In some respects. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like like I said, the improving definitely works. It really, it definitely works a lot. And and like I said, some of the best workers they will rely on improv. And some people write the promos. Some of them go by bullet points. Me, I'll sometimes go by bullet points. Like I'm like, hey, give me the reasons of of the of the angle of the program. And going a little quick, very quickly going back to managers, my job, and I'm sure people can attest to this that do have done it, or that be backyard or independent or in the big leagues. A manager's job, and Paul Heyman said this the best on his podcast. And Paul Heyman said, he said, my job is to get my client over, to get the opponent over, and the event over. And that to me, that's my job. Is when I put on that paint, and work with Ledger, my job is to get Ledger shed over, the event over, and the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And also, which includes me getting myself over as a character as well. And I think a lot of people, and I told Ledger Shade this, when we did the Anarchy Kingdom run the very first time around, I said, "You realize, man?" I said, "Not only did we got wrestling fans, but we also had like the DC fans, comic fans."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah," and I taught him the why. I said because with his Joker-esque like character, and me, I got to give credit to Robbie Andrews with the Penguin. He said, "Dude, be like the Penguin," and then it was off the railing from there, and. I'm not trying to blow smoke, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't think we've ever seen a character. We take bits and pieces from the wrestling world and pieces from the comic book world and mesh them into one, and that's the package of Ledger's. You can definitely see that Ledger taking Ledger's inspirations is from 3 people. He takes a lot of inspiration from Seth Rollins, takes a lot of inspiration from Shawn Michaels, and there's also Roman Reigns too with the whole Anarchy Kingdom. That's where we got the Kingdom thing from, with the bloodline angle, which was really, really red hot when it was rolling. And with me, I try to study, some of the great managers, Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer, even Paul Ellering, Cornette, Bobby Heenan, some of the greats,
Mhm.
great managers, and 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 when we've had a tremendous run the first time, but I think this time around it was going to be much more exciting, much more dear because now we don't have to worry about the pressure of the belt, being defending the belt against everybody because literally that run, the first run, we went through everybody we could go through, and that first time around, and it's like, well, what do we do next? I mean, so and then now, this second, reunion or run that we're going to do, I think this will be a lot easier. So now it's kind of a free ball game now. Like we can feud with, whoever like the fans want us to do. It's whatever the fans want to see. And I think me and myself and the Shade will definitely deliver. Not just us too, but all the boys in the back, is all the guys do a tremendous job inside that sword circle, whether it's wrestling or behind the camera or the promos. And I mean, you got to give it your all in timber, so you got to make it believable, because if you're not making it believable, they're not going to buy you. They're not going to invest in you as a character. They're not going to, because if you go out there and and not give it your all, and you can't get the people behind you, then you're gonna crumble. You just got to find the right gimmick, the right character, and my biggest thing is study the greats. Don't. That's one of the biggest things, like studying me, Ledger, and I assume a lot of the other guys study, some of the greats. Obviously, when Gage with Rick and everything, and a lot of people. I'll say this about Gage. I mean, a lot of people, over the years have given him shit about doing the gimmick, and some people will be like, hey, this guy's like, you know, um, he is like Ric Flair, because he goes, you can put a match of any matchup of Rick's beside a Gage match, and it's identical. He has it down to a T. The strut, the woo, the flop, the figure four. He has studied Flair down to a T, and it's like, and he does that, tremendously. He's done that great, and like I said, my hats off to Gage and what a career he's had, and he's done that since 2002. Him and Ledger, they worked together. They never, they never, taped any of their stuff. They just did it for fun of it. They never taped any of their stuff. But those guys have definitely helped me out a lot. Helped out a lot of the guys with their characterizations and promos and ring work and the psychology, and those guys have definitely helped us out a lot over the years, and I'm very honored to be able to work with them. And but and to the people out there that have, because when we started, on this little side note, when we first started doing this, we a lot of people kind of, jabbed at us and made fun of us for doing it, but we didn't care. We just kept on doing it and doing it, and then we got all these people wanting to come in and work for us, and people, the different shout outs over the years. I mean, we've had, like, the Jericho tweet, James Ellsworth even viewed us one time, and Barstool Yak, they actually mentioned us on a program that they do.
Oh.
And yeah, it was and it's cool to get that recognition, because when you get some, things like that shows that you're doing the right things. And it's paying off in the end because you're getting the attention of that, and it's But 10 seasons, man, it's we're on the cusp of season 10. It's I, if you would have asked me would there ever be a season 10, I would probably say ain't no way. But if you could ask my younger self that, like when I was 17 years old, and you would ask me would there be a season 10, I'd be like, no way. I don't see it going that long. But through determination and preservation, we have thrived. We are now up to 10 seasons, and I try to make I try to do every season different from the last because I mean it's very easy to rehash old things. It's very easy to you know I mean you can rehash old story like angles you can but I mean you can do it with different people. That's the thing, and plus you can always do like new different things. And you get new people coming in and things like that. But I definitely appreciate all the boys in the back and the people that travels and most of all the fans because it wasn't for the fans and you guys doing these podcasts and having us on and things like that. It's awesome to be able to kind of share some of the stories and whether it be through the camera or behind the scenes. And a lot of people, there's a lot of people that they come on, they do a podcast, they'll be in character, and then sometimes then there's those people that wants to hear they want to hear the character, they want to hear the gimmick, and there's some that want to hear the behind the scenes stuff, how the production wise set up, and how things are planned here and there and things of that nature. And and I'm honored to do that, because I mean, I think with wrestling nowadays, it's okay to kind of break that fourth wall because nowadays the times are very, very different in the world of wrestling. But,
Well, kayfabe was
but
also a challenge to keep
yeah.
up too, and
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I mean,
with technology and social
because,
media.
oh yeah. Cause back in the day I mean, I know we talked this before,
Mhm.
but with wrestling back then, you had to keep the kayfabe had to be real, 100% real because I mean guys were making a living out of the business, putting food on the tables, getting vehicles, getting a house, things like that. And now it's like, I mean, kayfabe is around, but it's not really as big as it was. I mean, honestly, to my opinion, the only kayfabe wrestler to me that's only around now. This is my humble opinion. Is MJF because I've heard like MJF, even when he's MJF. I mean, whether he's even with the cameras rolling or not. I mean, that's sometimes you got to do that. I know sometimes another example like when Yokozuna was around. Uh, the big menacing Japanese.
Mhm.
And all that. I mean, again, I've heard, the stories that, one of the most nicest guys outside of the business. He was a monster inside the ring, but a gentle giant outside of it. Same up with Andre. And Andre never wanted to be a bad guy, never wanted to be a heel. But, they turned him heel in the later part of his life at WrestleMania 3, and they did that match with Hogan. It was Hogan's way of, Andre's way of, here you go, passing the torch, and
Well, and
things
then
like that.
and it shows the side of Andre in terms of the Princess Bride, which is a
Oh,
cult
oh
classic.
yeah, oh
So
yeah. I
so
mean,
so it
sweet
shows
guy,
like,
sweet
hey,
guy.
yeah, this is a gentle giant, and he can, you know, uh, coordinate his words, and he doesn't have to do some sort of sweaty fat promo all the time. So
Right, right, right.
here's Andre that can act as well, and
And the thing about Andre didn't, with his size, with his giantism, right, with his illness, even though he was a giant, he didn't have to do a whole lot. and that literally helped him because he there's the old saying goes lesser is better. A lot of people have said that. I think Dusty might have said that. Somebody said that, but anyway. But yeah, like he didn't have to do a whole lot. I mean, and a lot of these guys, they might not be able to do a whole lot in the ring, but they get over. And that's the thing. Andre, like some of those guys get over in wrestling, and like I said, wrestling nowadays, it's definitely changed. And with TBW, I kind of the way I kind of I always, when I first envisioned it, I wanted to do like the old school style. You know what I mean? Like get people invested in doing it after watching or in it. So I kind of honestly, when I think of the company, I kind of there's a lot of mixture of old school and there's a lot of mixture of new school because the new school comes from the promoting and things like that, promoting your product and all the stuff like that. And then, I mean, you gotta promote it because if you don't promote it, I mean,
It's never going to get out there.
It's never gonna get out there, right? But we've like I said, I've had a tremendous time of doing this, and it's I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be able to have a great group of guys to work with. Humbled for all the love and support over the years. We've done this since 2017. I mean, it's crazy to go from 2017. Thank you for that. You never know. I mean, you never know. I mean, you never know what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you never know. But it's crazy because going back, the first we only like season 1, episode 1, only had one match. Clay and Titan for the U.S. title, which we did that. And who would have thought that one little bitty match would become, what it is, and it's just crazy, to what it's become now because that one match, then years like then all these different people start coming in, people that we grew up with and went to school with, and things like that. And we never looked back. We just kept pushing forward, and now we've Josh on the TV. Bill Watts, another good promoter. Bill was a good promoter and a good worker too. Watts, Bill Watts was JR's mentor of in the UWF. That's another good old school wrestling promotion. I love the old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just like I mean, like no disrespect to anybody likes the new school, but the old school like promotions like UWF or Smoky Mountain Wrestling or World Class Championship Wrestling or WCW stuff. I mean, that's like, and of course my father, he grew up on like, Dick the Bruiser and Angelo Poffo. Like he grew up on, guys like that, Lawler, Tommy Rich,
Bobo Brazil,
Bobo Brazil, yeah, Pedro Morales, guys like that,
Yep.
like different guys, and a lot of people, because back then, I mean, it was, if you think about this, in a way, wrestling, I put it up with baseball. Wrestling is one of the American pastimes, right? It's right up there with baseball because a lot of people, of the fans, they take it really, really, really serious to the point of taking a swing at some of the wrestlers, and because I mean they just in the spur of the moment. I mean,
yeah. Especially back in the day.
Yeah,
even the women wrestlers are smoking cigars in the ring and shit like that. It's just like one of those things where it's just like kill them. And if you weren't if you weren't getting stabbed every night when you were a heel back in the day, you weren't a very good heel.
That's why. Speaking of getting, that's why Roddy Piper wore the jacket all the time because he kept getting stabbed and shit. I mean, Roddy was.
I believe
Speaking of Roddy, there's another good one. I mean, God rest his soul, man. He was. I mean, Cyndi Lauper getting the record over her head. I mean, good. How much heat can that be? I mean,
Yeah.
freaking like, I mean, Roddy was. He's one of those guys that could play both sides. He's a good baby face and a great bad guy. You know, I mean, another good one. I mean,
Yeah.
like really, I mean, like you know, I don't know if I mentioned. I might have mentioned this in the last one we did, but I don't know if I mentioned my cousin who used to be in the business. I might have touched on it a little bit, but if I didn't, I'll tell it here.
Okay,
On
good.
my father's side of the family, my second. I've been it's my second cousin on my father's side of the family. He was in the business like in the '60s and
Yep.
he wrestled, but he never he wrestled up there and he actually wrestled for the WWA up in Indianapolis with Dick the Bruiser, and was real good friends with Dick the Bruiser, and worked with Bruiser's territory. And sadly, I couldn't find no footage of him because back then, you know, I don't think the footage would be able to be that the quality of trying to find it. I don't think, but I managed to look up online like the one of the cards, and sure enough, I found my cousin's legit name. Him and his partner against he was working against Angelo Poffo, which was Leaping Lanny and Randy's dad,
That's
and
pretty cool.
I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
That was like I was, and he came down here couple of years back, and he actually had one of his old wrestling portfolios. He actually signed it for me. I thought that was pretty cool, you know. And I just wanted to pick his brain about. He said, he said, son, if you ever want to get in the business, be a bad guy. He said he said the Southern crowds are the worst. He said I would walk in there in my bag and they'd bring the pull knives me and everything. I'm like, I think this was freaking nuts. Because I mean, but that's I mean, a lot of the heels they had that kind of heat. I mean, they you know, and the other a lot. I mean, with the heels, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, you gotta have a good heel and you gotta have a good baby face, and the baby face has got to sell his ass off. And to me, there's a lot of good babyface sellers, but two of my favorite babyface sellers of all time is Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. All they had to do, the heels had to get in there, beat on him a little bit. They get them bloody, you know. And Tommy Rich or Ricky Morton, help me, got to the crowd, and all they wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill the bad guys, and and hell, it's even a term like you know, when they get selling real good, they're like, oh, he's selling like Ricky Morton. That's a term. And then the whole Pillman thing, he's getting Pillmanized, you know, with the ankle, you know, and there's been a lot of, you know, great workers, man, and a lot of good ones, and you know, some of them are still with us, some of them are not with us anymore, but I mean, you know, their memory will last a lifetime in the world of wrestling. I mean, you know, they're you know, their history books, it'll always be there. And like I said, with TBW, man, I try to bring back, you know, that old school feel to it, you know, and there's some moments I think I've accomplished that, and you know, a lot of people are fans of the old school style, some like the new school style, you know. I mean, it's and you know, it's great. I mean, when I went to work for Resurrection Wrestling, we went up there. That little stint we did there, that was tremendous. I mean, I talk about like you felt like you're in the territory days because we were going up here and they had a good crowd. That I actually got, you know, I've already said this on the last one.
That was the Battle Royal, right?
Yeah, that was the Battle Royal. But before wrestling fans,
he's not lying. He's not lying.
I know, but like, the thing is,
we get off on an atomic drop, a double noggin knocker, eye rakes. I mean,
that's some of the old school shit.
Shoulder grip.
Yes.
Like,
It's like, why
like
are
it,
we not doing this anymore?
like I know it's like I mean that the atomic drop. That's a move. That's a spot. That's a. I mean it's I don't you don't see those anymore honestly. Or a good old Ricky Steamboat arm. You don't see an arm drag much anymore. It's crazy. But going back to what I was fixing to talk about. I mean, the first time I went up there, it was actually right. Another Baron von Raschke, the claw, the iron claw. I mean, what that move is hardly ever. You don't see that much anymore. With whether it's Baron von Raschke or the Von Erichs or the claw. I mean, that's a legendary move. But going back to what I was talking about, the Memphis, we went up there. The first time we actually performed this little bitty church jam, that was really cool. We drew a pretty good house. Um, I got to be a special referee for a match. Not only to be a special referee, but I got to work, do a match. I'm like, oh shit. And the thing is, I was going there thinking, they're going. I was just going to help out the commentary booth and do this special referee thing. Well, did I know I'd be doing three things that night, but it was fun, man. It was a hell of an experience, and who knew? I mean, you know, here's a guy literally, came from nothing, right? A little small town, and here I am in Memphis, Tennessee, which is one of the most at the time, back in the day, was one of the most hottest towns for a wrestling town. And I'm wrestling in the same town that Lawler wrestled in, Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, the Moondogs, Bill Dundee, Freezer Thompson, um, I mean, Undertaker as the Master of Pain, the Godfather when he was the Soul Taker. For God's, it's. I had to pinch myself. I was like, "Am I actually doing this?" And it was crazy, but it was really cool. But that Rumble was pretty cool too. Um, when Ledger went there that one time, that was Deadly Collision, and he wrestled Flair, and I'm like, I so wished I could have went. If I would have went that trip, oh my god, we'd had them folks were eating it out of their hands, man. Because and me and Ledger talked about it. He's like, man, I wish we could have went. I wish we could have went that one trip. He's like, yeah. He's like, and I told him, I said, dude, I said, if I would have went with you, we would just work it. We go. I said, I said we got to go on there. I said, if I went with you, man, we would have went in there. And the thing was, at the time, we was both heels. And what I told him, I said, man, if I got to go with you, me and you were staying in the locker room the whole time because that was a rule. Because back in the day, the heels couldn't be around the fans before the show. Baby faces could probably do that to sell the merch or like that, but the heels wasn't allowed to be around the fans, or the sign autographs, to do stuff like that. So we would have probably worked them up to the heels, man. And I was like, but right there, hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert, another great second generation guy, right? Yeah, Eddie Gilbert, another gone too soon. I mean, another one was gone too. I mean, what a character he was. And I mean, you had the fireball, you had the hot shot with the throw it on the top rope, which Steve Austin did that to become Steve Austin did that to as the stun gun when he was stunning Steve. Is there any theory as to why these older moves are no longer being used? Probably because, honestly, I think the reason why it's like, I mean, I that's a good question. Like, I just don't, every once in a while they'll do one of the moves. Like, let's say, obviously somebody will do a figure four and then you get the woo. That's for Flair, yeah. But it's like a lot of these moves that they don't you don't see them much anymore. Like, you hardly ever see a pile driver anymore. That's another move we don't see much anymore. because I believe they
Well, they're
I think
aren't they
go
being like
ahead, go ahead.
are they pretty much being like substituted for like I have a theory. So
Sure.
with this generation, in my opinion, uh people think that they have the mindset of gnats when it comes to like attention spans. And they also think that they need action 24/7. They so when we see a pay-per-view with 8 different matches and all the matches are super kicks, okay? That's what they think that the people want, which it's false. And plus, I think the psychology uh needs to be reconditioned when it comes to that because with atomic drops, even like I get the fact that the reason why they may not be putting out like chin locks anymore, like very long, holds or whatever, is because it may be a little bit too much, which I get in terms of sideline. But when someone does a knee to my ass, that's gonna hurt. So inverted or just a normal atomic drop. So I think if I think it could be possible to bring these, but you really have to condition fans to say, "Oh, there's atomic drops, there's drop kicks, there's double noggin knockers." So that's just my opinion. I mean, I think it's just people think, "Oh, well, that's just too old school, whatever. It was built in the 1920s." Da da da. I'm like, dude, like
Right.
it still hurts. Okay, it's wrestling to me is it's not a Rubik's cube. It's not.
No.
It's really not. And people overthink way too much. Everyone needs to put in their fucking. We were talking with Jimmy Corderas last week,
Oh
former
yeah.
WWF referee, and we were talking a little bit about the psychology, and we were talking about like that, like when someone bleeds every day or every week, right? It loses the dramaticness of it because when you see
Right.
people bleed every week, it gets stale, and it also gets to the point where it's not genuine or special anymore. And
And here's the thing too. But like I love studying the business. I love going back and watching like
Mhm.
classic stuff. Whether it be full episodes or matches, whatever. And when you brought the bleeding and the bleeding, correct me if I'm wrong. It was only the bleeding was only used for like a grudge match or the main event.
Right.
And because the thing, like, I mean, the thing is, I mean, because if it was a real, grudge match, like, you know, yeah, like let's say it's I'll give you an example. Like, let's say Eddie Gillett versus Michael Hayes, right? Let's say those two, they were fighting it out, and blah blah blah, and time to get the juice, to do the gig and get the juice and all that stuff like that,
Mhm.
and it calls for it, with a to me, when it comes to blood, and this is just me, I think blood should be used, and I'm not, shitting on the death match people, or I'm not, saying, downing the death match style, which, a lot of people have different styles, and, my hat's off to you because, the death match, that's a whole different ballgame. They literally are putting their bodies on the line
Right.
for that type of style. But with blood, going back to the old days here, um, blood, I think, should, and this is my opinion. If it's a grueling grudge match, blood is called. For a cage match, definitely blood is called.
Hmm.
I mean, look at the dog collar match with Piper and Valentine.
Yes.
Blood, definitely. A grudge, like a big match like that, it was a special stipulation. I think you should use the blood, or do the get the color. That adds to it. And when you see the guy bleeding, you're like, oh shit,
Right.
like that. And honestly, like what if it's a baby face getting the juice, they're gonna go ballistic. They want to see him make the comeback and beat this heel. And if the heel's getting the juice, the people love it. They go ballistic. Whoopers, stuff like that. And that's wrestling to me. You know, it's art. It's, you know, story. And wrestling is always, you know, at one point wrestling had a bad limelight. It really had a bad limelight with a lot of people back in the day because, you know, lifestyle, the road and shit like that, you know. But honestly, wrestling is, you know, it's became a, you know, times have changed, you know, but there's nothing like the old school um matches. Like, you know, I mean, for God's sake, I mean, the Von Erichs, Freebirds, and people like that. I mean, you know, it's crazy, you know, but
It builds more
I
character.
oh yeah, I mean, and
Seriously.
the thing, yeah, like when the whole Freebird and another example, the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, right? When they brought the Freebirds to Dallas, when they brought them to Dallas, real quickly, Magnum TA, that I love that I Quit match. And honestly, Magnum TA, to me, is the greatest what if in wrestling right there. Magnum TA, you know, if he didn't have that wreck, he would have been the next world champion. Same thing with David Flair. I believe, in my opinion, if David Flair didn't pass away in Japan, he would have been the next NWA World Champion, no doubt, no doubt.
Reed, right?
And no, David Flair, David. I mean, no, I'm gonna David Von Erich, David
Oh,
Von Erich.
okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah.
Josh, what,
No.
have I been reading something wrong?
No, I was talking about
What
no,
happened to David? No, I'm just
No, I thought I should have clarified David Von Erich. If
You're
anybody else,
good. I was
Yeah.
like David Flair. Wait,
no, David. No,
is something I'm missing?
no, well, going back to that, Reed could have been. You know, I think
Yeah.
if Reed, you know, didn't have that lifestyle and got everything on track, I think he would have been great.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I do believe, you know, and that's something. It's hard because like when you're like second generation or third generation, it's hard to live up to that name, you know, because I mean, look at, I mean, with David and Reed, I mean, you know, like those guys had hard shoes to fill because of their father being Ric Flair
Well, even Ashley. Hard shoes.
or yeah, Charlotte, Ashley, yeah, exactly. And the whole reason that you know, with Ashley when she got in the business, she wanted to do it for Reed because it was Reed's dreams and shit. And I don't think that she wanted to. I mean, it's in her blood because of who her father is. You know what I'm
Wasn't
saying?
top priority. I don't think either.
I don't think it was a top priority. But
Nope.
honestly, I do believe, in my humble opinion, if Reed, because I you know, if you haven't watched the Flair documentary they did on him, 30 with ESPN, I think it was, they did that little thing about Ric Flair and Rick tried to get Reed to, you know, straighten up, and he wouldn't do it. And of course, what happened. It's another one of those sad things. We lose a lot of that lifestyle. A lot of people, um, um, she was a case, so she didn't. Exactly, that's what I was saying. You know, yeah. You know, but I think, you know, I think she fell in love with it. You know, because, you know, and you know, she's still doing a great job today. You know, with the with with her with in the company. You know, but I mean, a lot of these, you know, second generation or third generation superstars, it's very hard to live up to that name, you know. And some of them make it, some of them don't. I mean, you know, it's just one of those. You know, you have to have. I think if you're like, excuse me, if you're like second generation, third generation, fourth, whatever, you know, it's very hard to kind of not, you know, have that in your blood when it's all when you like when your family's done it, like your father or grandfather or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah.
It's
Curtis
very,
Axel,
you know,
Kerry
yeah,
Morton,
yeah,
Colby Correa. I mean, you can list
yeah.
Richie Steamboat. I mean,
Yep.
you can the list goes on, and yeah, you're right. And there's
Steve Borden Jr. I mean,
exactly, and I do believe there is a lot of pressure in terms of like, what do you want to do when you grow up?
that's the thing. Like,
And
I
the
don't mean to
answer is,
cut
do
you
I
off.
have a choice? You know,
Well, yeah, true. But I don't mean to cut you. But that's the thing. Like, it's hard to do that because you know, like the person before you, that generation, has left such an impact on wrestling, on the business, and you're coming up. You don't want to, you don't really want to do the same thing. You want to kind of be your own person, but at the end of the day, you don't like you said, you ain't really got a choice. Like you know, with like it's kind of hard. Like I said, it's um, like they tried to, and with like with the generations and the way the business is now, it's very easy to get into the business. Like if you got a family that's, it's like if you got a family, everyone that's done it, it's kind of a you kind of get like a, I don't want to say like a pass, but you got to earn your stripes, earn your keep. And a lot of the guys, they'll get into the business and they'll try it, and it just don't work out. I mean, some people have done that. Some people have made a lot of lot of great success in it. And like to me, it's amazing to be able to see how good the business is. It's being taken a little bit more like the whole CTE thing. It's been. I don't want to get too much into the Benoit aspect, but but all that happened that they definitely got taken the CTE more serious, and you know uh let's see, Wrestling Soup 2010. What is the biggest hurdle that these second and third generations face when getting out there? Honestly, you know, living up to the name is definitely one. That's definitely one because like you don't really want to, I guess, repeat the same mistakes or lifestyle, what have you. But it's definitely some big shoes to fill. You know, you know, like we, giving off the examples, David Fleur, Reed Fleur. Any second generation, it's very hard to be able to. I mean,
they always try
like
to duplicate too. So, for example,
that's what I was getting at. Like, I mean,
yeah,
and the thing is, I mean, they they don't have to do that though. That's the thing that they want to try to reduplicate or try to replicate.
but
And some
these promoters are always facing like, for example, Curtis Axel. I mean,
go ahead, yeah,
I have, you have to be Mr. Perfect. That's the start. So have the theme, and you got to be Intercontinental Champion, and da da da. And it's
yeah,
like, I'm like, look, there's like Mr. Perfect always. There's only one Mr. Perfect. Okay,
yeah,
just like there's
exactly,
only
yeah,
just like there's only one Curtis Axel. So, like Richie Steamboat, he did some sort of dragon angle where someone told him, "Hey, you got to be like the fucking dragon at your dad and whatnot." I'm just like, look, I get it. You're paying homage to your parents and whatnot, and that's a way to be recognized. Oh, that's Ricky's kid, but and especially nowadays, in my opinion, um, you gotta find your own groove type of thing. I mean, I could
Ex-
be,
yep, yep.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, but in some of these, second or third generations, they do well, and a perfect example. I mean, look at Steve Borden. I think he had his first match, and Steve Borden Jr. had his
Yep.
first match in what Defy Wrestling, I do believe.
Hmm.
He had one there, and I mean, it it looks exactly like a young Sting.
Yeah.
Like we're talking Blade Runner Sting, like Freedom Fighter Sting, and when he was teaming with the Ultimate Warrior as under his real name,
Oh, yeah.
like, and I was like, when I saw the clip, I was like, oh shit, and it was like, whoa. I mean, the Stinger genes are definitely in that one. I tell you, I mean, but the other thing, it's definitely hard to be able to live up to that, and
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on it. But I mean, the name of the game is to A, stay loose, and B,
right,
be your own person. Again, like Charlotte Flair, she does the woos and the chop and whatnot.
Yep.
But I mean, she separated herself from Rick, and
Yep.
And it shows. She again still pays homage, but it's not the biggest thing about her type of thing.
right.
So
And perfect example. I just thought of this of one guy that he's I think he is second generation too. I think it's Braun Breaker,
Yes.
son of Rick Steiner, nephew of Scott Steiner.
Mhm.
Definitely made a name for himself now. I mean, he's he he could have used the Steiner. Yeah, he could have used the Steiner name. He could have used that, but he chose Braun Breaker. And the thing is, when I see Braun Breaker, he's a lot like Scott, and he's a lot like, but he's like both of them.
That's scary shit.
It is. It is because when he's doing the ring work, he reminds me of both of them in the way. But the promos, that's his uncle. That's Scott to a damn T, and it's cool to see that.
Yeah. The Steiner method. He recognized that, and he did a little joke during, I think, WrestleMania and whatnot, which was funny. So it's just paying homage to Scott. And but yeah, you're right. This kid is fucking going 50 miles an hour, bouncing off the goddamn ropes. I've never seen someone bounce off these ropes like him. And it's
jeez,
Lord. He flew. What's his face in the Rumble? I forgot what's his face, but he like pretty much
God,
killed him.
Poor IShow Speed. Oh my God, that's what it was. Oh my God, jeez,
dude, I saw that.
Kid sleeps on a big pile of money. Don't feel too bad for him. Fuck him.
Holy shit! Well,
my God, that kid had a family.
he got wrecked. I mean, man, Jesus.
He got broken in half.
He did, dude. Holy shit,
oh my
dude.
God.
Whoa. Yeah. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah. I felt bad. Sort of.
Nah.
For a split second. So
I'll say, going back with like the second, being the second generation, having that pressure. I mean, look at that fucking lazy sumbitch, Ted DiBiase Jr. Like he came in and it was like, hey, you need to cheer him because he's someone's son. And I'm like, well, we're all someone's son in some kind of way, some bitch. What's so special about him? Oh, his dad once had $1 million. Like, well, now he's scamming people. So what the fuck? Once again. But jokes aside, everything he kind of did was he just was so fucking bland. And outside of that was he had the $1 million belt. I couldn't tell you what else the fuck he did. Go ahead. Sorry.
I never really cared for Ted Jr.
Right.
I just
he had nothing to make me care about him.
Very vanilla.
And then he turned out to be a scumbag anyway. So I mean,
So I mean, he was
I never really like the whole legacy thing, right? Orton, Manu, and it was Manu and Ted and Cody. And that was a pretty cool, little thing there during that time. But I never cared for Ted Jr. I just
no, yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think he like wanted to do it. I don't think. It's like, cause like when every time I'd see him, and when I was watching it, like when he was, working and shit. It's like he didn't really even give a shit. Is that good to say? Like he didn't want to be there.
Went through the motions and just and said, "Hey, I'm done."
He's like, "I'm just here so my dad doesn't yell at me for staying home all the time."
Right.
Hell,
I have to get out of the house once in a while.
Like-
I
Yeah,
might
right.
as well just wrestle.
and you know
Yeah.
what the thing is, like, and the thing, like, no, like Ted with Ted Jr.'s career, like knowing that his dad had a way better damn career. Like
Yes.
Ted Sr. had a way better career.
Yes.
I mean,
And that's a true heel.
and honestly, Ted Jr. would be third generation because Ted DiBiase, Ted's dad,
And Mike DiBiase.
my Iron
Yeah.
Mike DiBiase, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, and it's like,
Call Chuck.
like, and I didn't really care. I didn't really care for Ted Jr. I just, he was just like bland as fuck. Like it just,
He's like the
Yeah.
mediocre third movie in a trilogy, like RoboCop 3 or
Godfather
The Last
3.
Crusade or something.
Last
Something.
Crusade. You're a
I-
son of
I-
a bitch, by the way. Anyways.
oh man, I just,
Anyways, good. Sorry.
but I just, like some of these generate like they have it and some don't. I mean, yeah, right there. It took a lot for Randy Orton to get it because when Randy got into he thought again when these generation guys get in or young guys get in, they think their shit don't stink. They can do whatever they can do. But I mean, Randy, he finally came around. He finally had it.
Well, when they started to when he got injured, he's like, support me and all that stuff.
I
That's
love
when
that.
that's when his charisma came out, and I knew he was going to be a star after that. Then he started like,
Shit,
cut-
the 09 Orton as a heel. Oh my god,
yes,
Oh,
good shit,
Yes.
good heel shit. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
like don't get me wrong, I like the hit the Legend Killer run. I liked that run. Arrogant snob. Young kid. Legend Killer. And that was that. I think that was a good gimmick. Because he was young and wanted to kill all these legends. So like that. But then when he got really seasoned and became a veteran of his own, like in 2009 with that heel run, oh, that was some good heel, like some of his best, I think, heel work. Might have been his best heel work ever.
well, the challenge with that too is that unfortunately it became to the point where he did the same moves, he had the same look and whatnot, and unfortunately, even though he has a really good look and all that stuff, it became unfortunately stale. So with that stuff, in my opinion, and I think that they're doing a good job with Punk doing an anecdotal type of thing, and maybe they should have done that back then. But I mean, it was a totally different time frame, and the reason why I didn't watch wrestling during that time frame as much, I don't watch as much right now, but it came to a point where they showed 3 matches of the same, and then they expected me to watch a pay-per-view the week after that. I'm like, why would I do that? I just watched 3 matches in a row of the same thing. What is the appeal? What is going to be different? Type of thing. And I think that was with Randy Orton. So,
like Randy, he has come a long way, honestly. Like you see, like his OVW run, then he done his then he had this little run as a babyface. Then he got working with Triple H and Evolution, and then he became but from that to Legend Killer, then turning going babyface and going heel again. I mean, I think or Randy has had a hell of a run. I mean, he's one of the pioneers now.
mm-hmm.
And he's I think I think he knows he's done a lot of mistakes, a lot of not good choices, but I think now he's learned from that, and he's definitely now one of the veterans now. And it's crazy to say that because I can remember watching him. He had those, the Triple H rivalry, and then the Undertaker feud with the Orton and Taker. Like that was like maybe 07 or 08, maybe 05.
Mm-hmm.
When that was some good stuff. The Highway to Hell with the Hell in the Cell match with Taker and Randy. That was some good stuff too. And but a lot of it, like I said, wrestling, it's changed a lot over the years, and And I like the new stuff a little bit. Don't get me wrong. It's good to see things, new and fresh. But you can't that the old school stuff, man. It's just something about the old school stuff. And you just, like, and it's crazy to say like now, like the ruthless aggression era, right? That whole era is like now old school, and it's crazy to say that because but I was growing up during that. But it's just crazy to I just love like the old school era of whether it be territories or the golden era, the attitude era, the ruthless Russian era, you know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's just
It's
go
well,
ahead.
so it was. I didn't mean to cut you off,
No, it's
but
fine. You're good.
it's come to a point now where it's so awkward, and it's funny to me that I'm like, someone comes up to me and goes, Can you tell me a little bit about the Monday Night Wars? I wasn't born then. Holy fuck! And I have to be like, I'm showing my age. I'm fucking 90 years old, and I'm come to fruition that like a lot of folks didn't grow up in the Monday Night Wars, or or the
Right,
80s or the 90s, even the 70s with WCCW, AWA, etc. And
right, right,
I enjoy telling them like, hey, this was Hulk Hogan, this was the Monday Night Wars, and all that stuff, because there's a lot of folks out there that grew up during the ruthless aggression era, even the PG era. They grew up in the PG
right,
era, and
right.
I'm like, holy shit. So
I,
it's always it's fun to tell them that like you lived through that type of thing.
I was born in 90, like so I was born like right at the cusp of like the ending of the Monday Night War and like the ending of that era. So I was like born right at the cusp of that because the Monday Night Wars ended in 2001 when they bought WCW.
Right.
And because I was like, damn it, it was crazy because like I was born around at that time, and I was like, and I don't really remember watching it as much. Like as far as I can remember back, what is probably be like uh probably 02 or 03 when I was able to like finally be able to walk and everything. I can't remember like vividly, but it's kind of like it's kind of in and out of in my memory,
Right.
but like but it's like in the territory days that was like the territory like all these different eras. The territory days that was like you know had to be a struggle for a lot of guys because you're going from town to town in different states and trying to make a living. And now I think and that now day and time it's a lot easier because because back then there wasn't there's no wrestling schools and now there's wrestling schools that'll teach you the business, but they didn't really. And that's why I say it's kind of easier for people to get into the business nowadays because of the training schools and stuff like that. But back then they didn't really have all that because back then you were trained in barns and armories and stuff like that, and trained by the old timers. You had like Vern Gagne training, or Herb Welch, or
Kowalski.
Kowalski. Yep, Killer Kowalski, and I even trying to
Putski.
think I think Putski trained. Yeah, Putski. I think he might.
I think Ivan Koloff trained a lot too.
I'm trying to think of the guy that trained Mick Foley. Oh yeah, Dominic DeNucci. Dominic DeNucci
That's right.
trained Foley,
That's
and
right.
he trained Foley and trained Douglas as well, I believe.
Nice.
Worst trainers from back in the day. I can't really think of any worst trainers. I don't know. That's a good one, but I really can't think of any like worst trainers because I mean everybody they had their different different styles. They had their different ways of teaching you the ropes, and a lot of them were getting there. And perfect example when Hogan wanted to get Hogan was trained by Hiro Matsuda, and they legitimately broke Hogan's leg
Yeah.
to see if he would come back or quit. And Hogan came back. He fought through it. He came back,
Mhm.
and with with Flair being trained by Vern Gagne, Flair quit the camp. Vern went out to get him, and he said, "Get your ass back to the camp. You're training. You ain't quitting. You're not a quitter."
I actually
And
remember that too.
yep, and he,
Oh, man.
but yeah, like man, he's a lot of these, a lot of trainers, man. There's not a lot of the old ones much anymore. I don't think it's now all like the wrestling schools and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Good deal. Well, I think we're probably gonna bounce here unless anybody else has any question concerns, but not concerns. Any questions?
Well,
Do you have a concern there, Chocolate?
well, I do actually have a few super tips that just came in.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they've been here. I've been trying to get it working. So it's still work in
Yes.
progress, but here's the first one. I'll identify it by who said some shit.
All right.
Buy yourself a value meal, boys. JK, thanks for the content.
And that's if you heard that, that's from Rams fan.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rams fan. I appreciate that.
And so the next one is from Wrestling Soup.
So, is everyone excited for the new Gary Chicago Bears season housing?
So, what he's referring to. So I'm sure you heard the news that the Chicago Bears are moving to Gary, Indiana, and we have one so-called Chicago Bears fan. I'm sure you heard of him. His name is Agent K, and apparently he's a Chicago Bears fan. And we're starting to give him shit in terms of like, is it?
Are they going to come out to Thriller or something? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, the stadium is being built in Gary, Indiana. Apparently.
Yeah.
They're going to make a mascot called the Gare Bear. I'm assuming, but I don't.
That's the first one for me. I'm like, because they've been the Chicago Bears for years.
They still will be the Chicago Bears. I think it's because the city doesn't want to pay for a new stadium because it's 1,000 years old. That they had to move to a new county, a new city, everything. But
Yeah.
it's nothing new because like I'm from Michigan, originally from Michigan, now North Carolina, and the Detroit Pistons, the Detroit Lions, they used to play back in the 80s and the 90s. The Pistons used to play at a place called the Palace of Auburn Hills in Auburn, Michigan, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from Detroit. And then everybody better know what this fucking stadium is. The Pontiac Silverdome was played.
Yeah. Like,
with
for fuck's sake.
And that's what I'm fucking saying. Tell him, Josh. WrestleMania, they were playing with the Detroit Lions, and they were in a place called Pontiac, Michigan. Eventually, all those teams moved to a place called Little Caesar Arena, Ford Stadium, and all that stuff in the city. But it's not uncommon for a place to move nearby. Apparently, the difference between Chicago and Gary, Indiana, is about 35 minutes away. But from what I'm hearing is that the fucking city wouldn't pay for the fucking stadium. So that was the case on that one. So, but whatever. It's still going to be fucking Chicago. Whoever has a problem with that, well, why don't you just move to Indiana? So. That's my 2 cents.
That's awesome. Yeah. Fucking Pontiac. Is that a food? I believe it's a car.
It is a car.
Mm-hmm.
The Bonneville, the Saturn.
No, I don't want to keep hitting that. I had a Grand Am.
Nice.
Well, it was in a parking lot for like garage for like 4 years. So,
well, at least you had a Grand Am at one point. So, Sunbirds, yes, Pontiac family.
Okay.
No.
Here's another confusing question from Wrestling Soup.
Go on.
Uncle Mish. He wonders what the local cuisine is from Gary. Either of you been to Gary? I've never been to Indiana, but 20 years ago, once upon a time, I was just going to move to Indiana, East Chicago, Indiana. It's like sight unseen. And I'm so glad I got stopped in Vegas along the way. So, yeah. What's in
hear that.
Indiana?
Nothing. Oh, the Chicago Bears, apparently. So,
Hey!
Only thing I know from Indiana is the Pacers, the Silverdome, and Michael Jackson. That's it.
See, there you
and
go.
Michael Jackson. Yes. So that's where Michael Jackson got his beating, and that's where he made the song "Beat It" in Gary, Indiana. So just
Jesus,
a little bit of a tidbit from Don Reynolds himself. So that's I don't know.
X-nay. What the?
I know. What can I say? But it's the truth. It's the truth.
Well, I mean, MJ's dad was a prick. I mean, if anybody has seen like the any of the film, like The American Dream, yeah, if you know, you know.
It's been well documented. He's a prick.
Yeah, and I mean, like they never called him. They always called him. They called him Joseph. They never called him Dad. I mean, and a lot of people they want to, you know, I don't want to get on top of it, but you know, bring up the Michael stuff for a second. I mean, they really they want to people just wanted to like shit on Michael like the longest time, like even the way he looked or like all the stuff, you know what I mean? Like that, and now it's coming out to light that he was innocent, and I'm like, you wait till the guy is dead, like somebody years later, now to come out and say he's innocent, like. Yeah.
And like 40 years of this bullshit, like Macaulay Culkin's been saying it for fucking years, and all of a sudden, it's like 40 years later, it's like, yeah, he wasn't like a pedophile and a pervert and all that stuff.
Like now, you like you want to say that now when the guy is dead and he's not here to defend himself? Right. Like really? Yeah. Like the fuck you mean, people? Like, but like, yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's crazy, you know. Like like year after the guy died, right? And years later, like after he's been dead for like 14, 15, 16 years, and to say, he was innocent.
Yeah. Just our hands, hands up.
Like where the fuck was that years ago? Like what the hell, people?
It's like that TV commercial. We're sorry, you know.
Oh my god!
Like what the fuck, man? Yeah,
we still don't know about the fucking the Kennedy assassination, but we know that MJ wasn't a diddler, apparently.
Yeah, well, you know.
Speaking of the J, remember they were saying like they who was they said that shot Kennedy, was it Oswald?
Oswald. That's the most. That's Get the fuck out of here.
And I was like, I love researching besides I love researching all the old like history and shit.
Yeah.
They even said that Oswald. They said it was they said that thing where they said it was the driver or some shit that did it.
How?
Like some people said that.
Sir, I saw back into the left. That's all I saw.
Grassy
knolls, sir. Grassy knolls.
I don't. I heard that it was somebody had this theory that Oswald did. It was like the driver. I don't fucking know, but
there's no way.
The driver Molly Hatchet did it.
I will say this: there is no fucking way that Oswald in the book depository with that fucking gun fired umpteen shots, hitting miracle bullets. Get the fuck out of here. That is a conspiracy that will. Someone else did it. That's a patsy, and everything is redacted. So we'll never fucking find out. Holy goddamn.
Believe.
How did we get on this subject?
I don't know.
We went from Michael Jackson to JFK.
I don't know.
I don't care, man. It's a good ride, man. Shit.
The more you know. Like, can we get that answer?
That's right.
Like that.
Like we went from fucking wrestling to fucking the Chicago Bears getting moved to Michael to now to the.
Welcome to the DRWC show. I don't know what to tell
you.
Yeah,
welcome to the show, fellas. Welcome to the fight, pal.
Should I start the theme song?
Yeah.
That was all pre-show.
We
got here because Don Reynolds started talking about.
Why you look? I'm not accountable for anything. I'm not accountable for my own actions. I just blame everyone else. You folks involved.
You tell that dog to shut up and get in Choc's oven.
What the fuck?
What in the?
Oh, that was Dr. Brian.
Yeah,
He's
Yes.
we have
Oh,
this
my Lord.
system called Super Tips, and you can do like super chats, but instead it's voices of our friends that we. One of them is a mix of Don Reynolds and 3 other people pretending to be an officer, saying, don't
Oh,
diddle
my
and this and
God.
that. So
Yeah, we're moving on up in the world.
we're moving up
dabbling
to the
in
east side.
whatever the hell this is. So,
Well, we
dabbling.
got a piece of the what?
of the pie. Yeah.
Oh my God! Now we're getting on the sitcoms. Man.
You there? Stop raping, sir.
You big dummy.
You big dummy. Yeah, that's right.
Elizabeth,
Oh.
I'm coming to join you. Oh my God! And your dummy son just brought me a window coat.
You dummy son.
But Miss, rest in peace, the guy that played Lamont. I mean, I think they're all passed away now. I think that's sad.
Yes.
Bro. I mean,
Yeah, he
dang,
passed
man.
away about a month ago, I believe.
Yeah, like dang, that's freaking sucks. I used my freaking dad and I, we just sit and watch that, so we laugh our ass off with like Fred doing his crazy shit. I mean,
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
oh man, I just love the old school. Like whether it's old school wrestling or old school sitcoms. I mean, there's the heat of the night, in the heat of the night, just different.
Oh my God.
Different.
Great shit with Carol
Good,
O'Connor.
good time. Sanford
All in
and
the
Sons.
family.
All in the family. Oh
Married with
God.
children. I'm gonna go a little 90s.
Hey,
whatever.
Edith, what are you talking about, huh?
No sex peg. I'm like, what? He sells
Oh,
shoes.
Archie.
They have this
Take
big
it to
fucking
me.
house, and he sells shoes. Yes, and Archie is just like, it's my chair.
It's my chair when I
People
get
don't
my
un-
BJs,
People
Edith.
don't
Yeah.
understand that,
Hey,
man.
Edith, what are you talking about, huh? Oh man, like I just like, and like I watch some of the stuff nowadays. It's like
Shit.
because back, well, it is kind of shitty, but like in the old school stuff, I mean, like in the old sitcoms, right? They had like the life lessons,
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Rams fan. Have I ever seen the Twilight Zone? Fucking Rod Sterling. Now we're talking.
Yes.
You're entering a world full of sound. I love it. I love the Twilight Zone. Like, I mean, that was a kind of a like that to me. The Twilight Zone was Goosebumps before Goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? That was like the before, and it was like. I mean, I love all that stuff, like the old classic stuff.
Classic horror anthologies, like
yeah,
like
Hitchcock,
the EC comics.
freaking Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, yep, Hitchcock too. Bradbury Theater.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now we're going way
There
outside.
was that
Yeah.
one, the Night Gallery. Remember that one back in the day, the Night Gallery?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's-
I do.
Yeah.
That was way back. Holy shit.
Yeah, but yeah, the Twilight. That's there's some of them, like some of the episodes I did back in the day. Like there was a lot of them that was the scary one. It was like the a lot of the scary shit. But there were some that some of them that they had that the life lesson stuff. And there was some that was like different. Like it wasn't all like horror. There were some episodes that they did like. They had different meanings behind it. Like some of them were the feel good stuff. Some were kind of sad. Like I liked that one. It was I can't remember hold on a minute. It was called The Hunt, and that guy was walking with his dog, right? And they wanted to bring him in, right? The first gate, which was in the end of it's hell, right? And they wouldn't let the dog in. And the dog knew it. He said, "I'm not taking if y'all don't want me, I'm not going there." And he didn't go. Then he walks up the road. Then he meets the angel, right? And they go to heaven. So that's kind of yeah. That's some of the episodes like that they would do the life lessons. Then of course that they did the whole revamp revamp of the Twilight Zone in the 80s.
Yep.
Which I love that as well. My favorite one, if y'all remember the one episode, the Future King and I, they did the whole Elvis episode. That one was kind of cool to see because that the guy, I can't remember the actor's name, but he also played in Tales from the Crypt. He was in he was in one of the Tales from the Crypt. Yep, anywhere too fancy rope ain't right for me. Yep, that's the quote. That's what the old man said. The hunter said.
Oh wow.
Yep. But yeah, going back to the revamp, that the reboot they did, that one that I can't remember that actor's name, but he also played in the Tales from the Crypt. You know
what episode or what season of Tales from the Crypt? Because I'm fairly familiar with that.
It might have been where he's the two-head Enoch, the two-headed man. Lower Birth. That's it. Lower Birth.
That's the one. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
He's the same actor that played it. He played the.
Okay.
He played in that same episode of Twilight Zone. It's called. Yeah. And yeah, I like all the old that's what I like about the old school TV shows and stuff like it because they do the life lessons and they do the it's not all scary I mean, and sometimes Goosebumps, the R.L. Stein genre, he did some of that stuff too with with that series they had but I tell you, if I was born in the early '90s, maybe the later '80s, I would have had it made. It'd been great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's a lot of good time zones, man. A lot of good stuff.
Times,
yeah. Dude, we had no joke, Josh. We had anthology series in the late '80s, early '90s, stuff Tales from the Dark Side, which was kind of based off of the movie, which was another success for the Creep Show, which I mean, it's all kind of related. In a way, it's sometimes
oh my god, Creep Show 1, 2, and 3. Get out of here. Come on, man. Oh my god.
See, yes. I love all them shits, dude. And how that was relates into Crypt Keeper, into Tales from the Dark Side, amazing stories.
Speaking of old school, I actually got it. This is probably back in the 60s. Remember the old Batman TV show back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Adam West. And what a great series that was. I actually got the full set on DVD. I've been binge watching that for a little bit, and
nice.
I love the old school, just that era, it was a lot of good stuff, I mean, you hardly ever see it. You hardly ever see any of the good stuff anymore. It's hard to be able to find that out there, whether it be streaming wise or,
Yeah, for with everyone just fucking chucking physical media and relying on streams, right? And then now it's we control the streams. We can control what you can see and whatnot, and it's frustrating because I'm a huge proponent of preserving media. I still buy physical shit because I know I can't find it on streaming, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And then I'll make copies of it and I'll share it with everybody because fuck it needs to be preserved.
But honestly, when WWE went off cable, I was like, "Well, shit," now I'm not. If I don't have Netflix or ESPN, so the only way I'm able to get my wrestling fix is thank God for the YouTube channels that somebody actually came out with a WCW channel, and then they also got the WWE Vault channel. I love that. I'm thank God for that.
Yep.
Fucking best.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, Vault's been out there for 2 years, and then WCW just came out about a few months ago, and we're just there you go.
Or ECW too is supposed to either be on the way or it's here now.
They're supposed to make one. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but the problem with the ECW ones is that it's not going to have the old school thing. It's going to be the generic.
And it is pretty jarring.
So it ruins everything.
Because Paul and them, they use commercial music,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They use commercial, because they couldn't really, that's why that one, when they had the Sandman, Sandman used the Metallica, right?
In
Well,
05.
yeah, in 05, right? But
Yep.
on the DVD portion, it's got the his Dead to Be theme. They had to, go in there and re-edit that out. And I'm like, really? Because I mean, you couldn't have the original like freaking theme, because to me, everybody singing, their Sandman. I mean, what good is that?
Sir, you're talking about the same group that ruined Napster back in the day. Of course they're going to be petty and fucking doing that too. So
Yeah, like honestly, honestly, if they did do like an ETV channel, I mean, would they like, especially the content that they did back in that day?
right.
Like, would they be able to even show some of the shit they did? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because the violent factor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
You know.
will. It's just because
Right.
here's the beauty with ECW is that even though they did all this violent shit, no one died. That's why they're so goddamn popular too.
I know, right?
You remember Dreamer against Primetime Brian
Oh
Lee?
my God, Primetime Brian Lee, the scaffold match. Oh
Yes.
oh good
That
Lord!
motherfucker missed every goddamn table and just fell down and didn't get stabbed.
I could tell you one worse than that. Fucking New Jack and Vic Grimes, for God's sake.
Yes, that was terrible. Everything XPW did was terrible.
Look, if I was a wrestler, I would not fuck with New Jack. God rest his soul, but I would not fuck with New Jack.
No, because
he would fucking kill you.
Yes, he doesn't care. He doesn't fucking
and
care.
And the thing is with New Jack, and he's gone now.
Right.
With New Jack, when this is me speaking as a fan. I never saw Jerome Young, hardly ever. It was New Jack 24/7 with him, in my opinion. And he was one crazy motherfucker. That's one thing I will say. He was crazy as shit. And honestly, with Jack, I mean, he had a reason, because like they did a friggin' spot. It was him and Vic. They had that match.
It blinded him.
Yeah, that, and no wonder Jack got pissed.
Yep.
Because he fucking blinded the guy, and he literally landed on top of me. And he cracked his skull.
Yep.
Unless you're Cornette, do not mess with New Jack. Oh my God, the New Jack Smoky Mountain days. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh God, that one promo. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna go in it, but if you know that promo, oh my God.
Yeah, some wild shit. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're an 80-year-old or an 18-year-old. New Jack will kill you.
Yeah, even though he's no longer with us anymore, do not fuck with New Jack.
Yeah, I don't care. He'll still find a way to come back.
And the thing was, oh God, oh my God, the mass transit thing. Oh my God, Jesus.
Yes.
That was
brutal.
I think that was worse than the fucking Vic Grimes thing.
I don't know. No, the kid.
Yeah, no, it really was.
No, the kid.
At least the level of violence, not what.
Well, I mean,
whose the fault it is.
The thing. Well, no, I would. If me and New Jack in a match, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I will take that L. I will take that L, or probably lose my life either way. But going back to the mass transit thing, like,
he asked for it.
It's a touch. In a way, it's like when I watch that Dark Side of the Ring about New Jack, and they shine a light on that subject. Oh God, Jesus Christ! And they shine a light about that, right? And when Jack was talking about the guy, he wanting to do this spot, do that spot. And with New Jack, even though New Jack was friggin' nuts and hardcore, New Jack knew the rules. He knew like about the business. And he said, with him being a veteran, one thing you don't do is walk up to a vet and say, this is what we're going to do. And one of the golden rules, ears open and mouth shut. That's one of the golden rules if you're talking to a veteran of the sport. And Eric was, I think it was Eric Kulas or Mass Transit. Wrong place, wrong time, and he paid the price. He paid the price for it. I mean, he lied about his age, for one thing, and just literally he kind of telling New Jack, "Hey, I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to blah blah blah." You don't do that to thoughts, and it's like you don't do that to a veteran, at all. And do I think did he pay the price for it? Yeah, because you don't lie about your age, for one thing, if you're going to get into the business, because like, why would but and he just wrong place, wrong time, and it just like, and he just paid the price for it. That's all I'm going to say on that. He just
he asked
wrong move.
New Jet to cut him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll cut you," and that was it.
Yeah, another wrong thing to freaking do.
I mean, hey,
cut me some bacon off your back.
Wrong thing to do.
Yeah. Now the fucking Grimes thing, I don't think Grimes like, yeah, why don't you throw me off fucking 40 feet and I'll just try to land on something.
No, Jack fucking tatered his fucking ass.
Yes, and then threw him as hard as he could. He tried to kill the motherfucker.
I keep him my legs. You want to hit him bombs away, and you just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Rams fan, if your thoughts on deathmatch wrestling. My thoughts on it, who the people that do the deathmatch wrestling, my hat's off to you, because literally you were getting in there and wrestling with barbed wire, light bulbs, stuff like that. But I personally, I love a good hardcore match. Death match, I will occasionally watch one here and there. I like Nick Mondo. The stuff Nick Mondo was friggin' great in the ring when he was wrestling with CW, and again with Mondo, he got out at the right time. He's like, I've done all I can do. It's enough, and now he's producing and doing things now. But yeah, you gotta, when it comes to deathmatch, you really have to be able to take the pain.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about it honestly. If you want to think about this, some of the first ever real deathmatch guys were like, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, Bruiser Brody, Abdul the Butcher, Atsushi Onita, Hayabusa, guys like that.
Sheep herders.
Yep. The bushwhackers, but then the sheep herders. Oh God, when they were heels, good God, they did some violent shit. The Moondogs.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, deathmatch. Deathmatch. It's a hardcore style, but it's at a different level, and I tip my hat to the guys that do that stuff. Honestly, I really do. You got to have a lot of hell of a pain threshold to be able to do that. Richard said wasn't one of actually, yeah, Devon was Transit's partner, because it was supposed to be, if I remember right, when watching the episode, it was supposed to be Axel Rotten and Devon.
Rotten, yes, and he something about like
he famously got sick or elevated liver enzymes. Something. I think well, Jack said it was family related, and he couldn't make it, or it's like somebody in his family passed away at the time or something like that, and they substituted Mass Transit in there, and well, we all know what happened. Transit got
Transit, he got his fucking head carved up like a pumpkin.
He's fine.
Like Jesus, like
No, yeah.
you like that. Another thing, asking New Jack to cut you. What the fuck were you thinking?
He wasn't.
Exactly. You're asking
was-
a guy. You're asking a guy who is known for cutting the hell out of people.
Well, killing people too.
Or well, yeah,
He was a bounty hunter.
he was a he was a legit. I think he was legitimately was one at one point
Yes.
before he got into the wrestling, I believe.
Yes, he was.
But you're gonna ask a guy who was a former bounty hunter and is known one of the most hardcore guys in that company at that time. Hey, you want to cut me?
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong thing to say. Like
His dad probably made him do it. Because his dad there, like, to forge a signature, like, it's what, I'll forge your mom's signature.
His dad was in the audience.
Yeah, make sure he cuts you, son. Yeah.
Do it for
Yeah,
the boys.
Jack,
son.
come on.
I think his dad. His dad was even pissed off. I think he was pissed at Jack or something like that.
Well,
You're like-
I mean, he signed the damn form. He knew what he was doing. And if they're gonna be like, we've never been to this show before, but just so happens, my son's here to be a substitute. No, in the crowd, get the fuck out of here. So they, yeah. Well, you know what? They're dead, so I'm okay. I don't have to be mad at them anymore. But I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, both of them were
Sadly.
passed away, but
sadly, but
well, I mean,
the father didn't.
Nick-
Eddie fact checker Valentino says his father didn't force him, but he allowed it.
And the thing is, that his dad, they could have stopped it too, but they didn't. Because I mean, I'm not trying to talk at will about the dad, but the kid was an idiot.
Right.
It was like Apollo Creed not letting him throw in the towel.
It's really easy to say that in hindsight after it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's a bad idea because, oh my God, I'm bleeding out the fucking. I can't stop.
This guy was pouring like fucking water, but like buckets, man. Like he was pretty bad. And like, I mean,
it was pretty gruesome. So good job, New Jack. You did your job. It's just like, what do you want from me? I cut you. You didn't see how deep. You didn't say.
I bet New Jack would have. Yeah, probably. No questions asked. He would have. No question. I honestly, I think he.
Yeah.
Because New Jack didn't give a fuck.
No.
You want some of this too, old man? No.
Why do you run messing with
Coming
these
over-
people?
Messing with New Jack. Get out of here, boy.
God almighty.
I mean,
Funny thing, here's a fun, like going back to the little New Jack thing. Like funny thing was, like, there was a guy that did backyard wrestling, and he told he actually messaged. He's like, "Hey, won't you?" He asked New Jack to follow me. Like, this was right before, probably like it might have been a few months, or maybe like a year or two or three before, like the passing and everything. I've been longer than that, but also I get on Instagram and sure enough, New Jack fucking follows me. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
coming for
I'm like, I ain't talking to this motherfucker. No, no. That honestly, that is one. That's one of the guys I will say if I was in the business, I'll be scared shitless. There's there's a lot of guys that will make you legit probably scared shitless. Like New Jack was one, Brody was one, Taker with his entrance and his mannerisms. God Almighty.
Yep.
I wish I'd have discovered my local indie the one time New Jack worked. Yeah, New Jack did a lot of independent work, and then I know he actually went to he had a little stint in TNA. That didn't last long at all. I think New Jack didn't really care for the I guess the way it was. I don't know, just the
Politics.
probably politic. Well, I'm not for sure, but I know like after ECW, like he went to like TNA, and Oh my God, New Jack and Shark Boy. Yeah, they did that thing. They did that. Yeah.
Oh, with the Hulk gloves and shit like that.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny, dude. New Jack can be funny as all fuck.
Hey, Jack made it work. I mean, Jack made it work. Like, I mean, he could have said "fuck this shit," but he done it. I mean, oh yeah, I got that on DVD. Beyond the Mat. I actually have that. Beyond the Mat. He was in there.
Yeah.
Was it was Rams fans said, was it because of Jeff? Was it because of Jerry Jarrett? I don't really. I really can't say. I don't really know if it was because of Jerry Jarrett or it might have been Jeff. I don't know, but I mean, I know it was kind of. I mean, seeing New Jack with. I mean, yeah, with the Hulk club, it was kind of cartoonish, and it really didn't fit Jack at all because Jack is like, barbed wire, cutting somebody up, all that, stuff. Real hardcore shit. I mean, of course, I think at that time, the TNA was working with the NWA. That's when they were doing stuff out of Nashville, and but yeah, I really can't say the reasoning behind it. I don't know. But I know he didn't last long in TNA, and I know he never went to work for Vince. He was smart about that because they would have just. If he would have went there, they would. I don't know what they would have done to get scared because you can't really do, the stuff you've done there. You know what I'm saying?
And no, I mean you could do a little bit of hardcore, but in term, it
Really,
probably
this really again. Oh
is
my
he back?
God.
Well, no shit.
We ain't even talked about this guy for how many hours? Now he comes back.
Jesus. Right.
You tell that dog to shut up and get in Choc's oven.
There you go.
Oh,
whatever.
Sorry. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm just. You tell him get. Tell him, Brian. Oh, that's Dr. Brian's AI voice. He would have been here tonight, but he well, he's on call right now. But he would have loved to have been here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are approaching 3 hours, but
holy shit!
No, definitely, man. But I definitely want to, say our thank yous, to obviously Josh. Thank you so much for.
No problem.
Oh,
Glad to be back on there again.
Well, yeah, I tell you, seriously, anytime you want to come along, please, hit us up. But we always enjoy the pleasure of you bringing on here. I mean, it's just again, young age with an old soul. It's really
yeah.
We could definitely talk another 5 hours. To be honest with you, I definitely love it because of all this, stories that we can talk about. So
I know. I was about to say, I'm gonna go for a beer and cigarette run at this point. We're all just hanging out. I'm down. Shit.
Yeah, we'll do this again, fellas. I definitely appreciate it.
Sure.
Well,
For sure.
Excellent. Well, I guess while I have you here, and actually, Don, this is something I wanted to run by you as well.
Sure.
So in the future, we were looking on having putting together a panel, just to kind of do some deep dive discussions. I think it's a 3 to 4 people panel from all across in the industry and whatnot. Between behind the scenes, performers on stage and all the guys in between. But yeah, just wanted to do that. I definitely want you on board.
I'd be honored to, man. Definitely, we can talk about it. Any kind of TBW related stuff to the territories. I mean, any kind of rest. I mean, I'm free. I mean, I just love talking about the old. I just that era, that time frame. I just, I mean.
This will be 60s era X-Men, where it's just a bunch of all our eclectic mixes will get put together. But yes. This is me officially giving you the sealed letter invitation.
Yes, please.
Thanos who?
Yeah, right. Now go find that subway station in London and run into the wall a few times. First, you find a man named Puma because it's Puma.
Find a man named Puma. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, perfect. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to go over the shout outs. First of all, shout out to the live audience for listening to this. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to listen to us. So we're definitely greatly appreciated with that. Shout out to the Wrestling Soup every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to the Wrestling Soup and Friendos. You can actually find that on the Wrestling Soup's page. You can also spot them on Spreaker if you have that. Shout out to also Marie Shadows, part of the Square Circle podcast. You can find her on Spotify and Apple. Of course, the DRWC show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. Also, the shout out to the podcast for Unappreciated Wrestling, PUWF, those boys out there. I don't know exactly when they come on, but please check them out. I've heard a couple episodes, a lot of fun on that one. And shout out to TBW, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. If this is your first engagement with these guys, please check them out if you want a good variety in terms of wrestling.
Yeah. You mean fuck you, man? Really, you dick.
Shout out to the Atomic Titan. Always a pleasure, and the former GM.
Yeah, the man he won't show his face on a live freaking show. God. But anyway, this is really the plugs here. Like if anybody wants to, check us out, you can check us out on Tennessee Backyard Wrestling on YouTube. It's the username is at TBW 2017. Check us out on TikTok. I believe our TikTok is at TBW 2017 as well. Check us out on Facebook, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. And if you want your merchandise, we're on Redbubble. It's redbubbleshop.com. It's under the top Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. You should be able to find it. We actually we have 2 accounts on there, but the other one is like our old when we're first starting out. But we have 2 Redbubbles, but we check us out on there. Also, we recently on Facebook we created a page for all the fans. If you would like to talk about, it's a fan page about, if you want to hear about different, news, different, things of that nature, matches, information. Also, we just uploaded a anybody that wants to get involved with Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, we also released a little ad here. It says, join Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Join today. You become part of the TW. Make a name for yourself. It also lists us on, like I said, on Facebook, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, Instagram at Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, TikTok, TW 2017. We also have if you want to get in touch with us for wanting to be a part of the product, you can email us at tbwrecruit2017@gmail.com. If you want to be able to like to travel and be a part of us and work with us, we'd love to have you. Also, if you're in the local, right there, yeah, thank you very much. That's our email to get involved. Somebody I'm sure will be able to get in touch with you if you want to become a wrestler or manager or valet or things like that, referees and things of that nature. But yeah, you can also find me on Facebook under my real name, Josh Hopkins. You can also find me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoshuaAllen.tbw. You can find me on there. You can find all the TW guys. They got their Instagrams and to follow them and all everything. And I'm pretty sure they'll get back with you too. But I also want to thank the DRWC show for allowing me to come on here and just casually shoot the stuff and talk about TBW and a lot of the old school stuff and things of that nature. You know, I'm honored to be on here, and I'll definitely be back again. Hopefully this time I might be able to have maybe Titan hop on here. Maybe we'll just shoot the shit. You know, just or one of the guys will hop. Maybe we'll bring somebody on. You know, I'm really honored. I really enjoy these guys letting me be on here and everything. But again, I'm really honored to be on here, and hopefully we will see you all season 10 coming up very, very soon for Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. I'm not going to go into details. We will definitely inform you all when the show will drop, when we'll be released. We'll let all you people know about it. But until then, folks, this has been Joshua Allen. I've been here with the drwc show, and that's it. We'll see you all at the season 10 for Tennessee Backyard Wrestling.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for that. And again, it's the pleasure's all on this side of the table there, Josh. Thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you very much. I was honored to be here tonight.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And again, anytime you want to come on, and even the TBW boys and gals, feel free to reach out. We'll be more than happy to. It'll be an honor for us to.
Right.
As well. So.
Yeah, right. And I'll one last thing I'll mention. If the twerp is still here, I'll see you in season 10, twerp. There you go.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it.